Yes, absolutely yes. We flipping did it. We're gonna get confirmation very soon. Very soon, in about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, we're gonna get confirmation very soon. But bro, it's done. It's practically done. Even if there is a vote no for it, it's practically done. It's finished. It's finished, guys. It's Elon compensation package is pretty much passed, and the Texas is passed. I mean, this is the best case scenario, the best outcome, and we flipping got it. Like, honestly, I love y'all. I mean, this is absolutely a sheesh moment. It really is. I don't know how many times I'm gonna clap, man, but honestly, man, being a Tesla investor, it's just not an easy thing. I don't know why I have my mic on. I'm not playing in the background. But it's just not an easy thing being a Tesla investor. But sheesh, here we are. We did it, and I did. Well, the reason, how did I call it? I called it because Elon came out and said there's 90% of in favor. Whoever retail investor. So I'm just so excited. I'm just really flipping excited, man. 90% of those who vote, any of those retail investors that vote, 90% of them vote in favor for both resolutions. So, compensation in Texas. So that helped me a lot when I was doing the calculation. Then I'm like, wait a minute, who voted yes for it officially? So I broke it down, and bam, when I put the numbers out there, I'm like, this is pretty much passed. And then Elon comes out yesterday and says it's flipping passed. Like, guys, give yourself a round of applause because y'all deserve it. We Tesla investors, we haven't had a good news in quite some time, man. It's a huge moment for sure. And thank you guys for joining me in this live. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go over. I have the shareholder meeting is starting in about 40 minutes or so. So until then, we're gonna go over some juicy stuff. I'm excited as hell. So, yeah, man. Yes, it did. It permitted. Well, officially not yet, but Elon comes out and says that, hey, man, it's already approved. Like, even if people come out and they vote no for it, it's still approved. So really, it's approved. It's done. It's finished. Woof, everyone can take a sigh of relief. Because, guys, here's the thing. The worst case scenario that could happen now, all right? Here's the worst case scenario that could happen now. Tesla goes back to court and appeals it and say, hey, man, look, you said that, we were, our shareholders, investors, they were ill-informed about this A, B, and C. Okay, fine. We changed that. We made it more detailed. And here is the new package. Not package, here's a new vote for that same package. They got the same flippant, percentages, like 73% approved for compensation package. It's the same thing, but now we have this approved. So even if a judge decides to be a bastard and go like, nah, you don't deserve it, we're gonna reject it. Well, this looks bad on Delaware, and all those companies register in Delaware. Oh my God. I would say if the judge does say that, it's the end of capitalism in Delaware. It's just that bad. But let's just say that happens. The judge doesn't care. Biden gives him some sort of a bribe to do that. Obviously, I don't think that's the case, but let's say that happens, right? And she says, nope, you're not getting anything. Okay, fine. We're gonna move to Texas because this was like the trap card. If you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. This is a trap card. All right. They play this trap card or Uno card or whatever you guys want to call this. Then Tesla will be moved to Texas. Then a new compensation package will be made that has nothing to do with Delaware. And there you guys have it. With the 25% voting power, and there you guys have it. This vote, I'm gonna say it here, guys. This vote was pretty much a vote for confidence for Elon, and it was the same as 2018. And really, it's crazy. It's crazy. This tells Elon that, hey, man, look, shareholders are with you no matter what. You went and bought X. You went and bought Twitter. You turned to X. You have 5-6 different companies. Your mind is not 100% on Tesla, but we are with you because you are the key man here. We need you to take it to the next level. So Elon knows that, hey man, these guys are with me and I can't really let them down. And this is the same thing. This is what he's been saying for all these years, that I can't really let these guys down. And I don't think he's gonna let us down. And knowing after today, overwhelmingly, after all this crap we've been through, man, there's no way he's gonna make a new company and take Tesla's AI out. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't do that. But now we know that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm pumped. Who else is pumped? Put in the comments LFG, man. Put in the comments LFG, like this guy right here. Let's go. LFG, man. Let's flippin' go. Sheesh. Oh man, this was flipping good. This was awesome, man. This was flipping awesome. Let me read what you guys got here. Yeah, I love it. Jay Jones. Yeah, man. This was good. This was really good. This was really good. Muhammad Al Musalam. If I didn't butcher your name, man. Mubarak, bro. Yes, being a testament is not for the weak of the stomach. This is a huge win though, and I think it's up from here. And I've been saying it's been up from here unless we get some weird macro environment thing coming around. That's out of our control. But other than that, I think we are up from here. The financials, the sales, all that, I think we are definitely up from here. It's such a relief. Finally, we can focus on the business instead of the useless drama. Oh my God. Man, it's been a sheesh moment. It's been a sheesh moment. It's been a rough couple of months, man. Next up, biggest company on earth? Well, I think by end of the decade, maybe beginning of 2030s, yeah, but I think NVIDIA is going to have that title for some time. Better mix setup. What do you mean by that, J Kilo? Better mix setup. What do you mean by that? Who handles a tally of the vote? Tesla, because they get to vote and they get to go through all that stuff. That's how Elon knew about the vote early. When is the court date? I think it's July 8th. So really, like 3 weeks. No, yeah, 3 weeks from now, actually. 3 weeks from now. LFG, let's go. LFG, let's go. LFG, let's go. LFG, let's go. Sheesh, man, I love the energy, man. I love it. Woo! Sorry if that was clapping or too loud. I'm just flipping excited, man. That's all. He will deny the 6 billion starting. No, he won't do that, bro. Oh no, wait. He will deny them. Why would he deny it? I think you mean she will deny it. Now, I don't think she will deny it. I don't think she's got the balls to deny it, because if she denies it, man, it's the end. That's it. Businesses in Delaware, they're going like, wait a minute. Why is the judge telling us what we can do, what we can't do? I thought that was the shareholder part. I thought it's capitalism. If she goes like, nope, you can't have, regardless of your shareholders, they approve that you want it, bye-bye, man. I think we're going to see the biggest withdrawal of businesses coming out of Delaware. So I don't think she's got the balls to do it, but let's see what happens. Sheesh! Let's LFG, let's go, man. Tesla to Pluto. Yeah, I love it. Congratulations to us. In flip indeed, my man. Did it pass, bro? Yeah, man. It did, bro. It did. Let's go. Cheers. Elon's hard work. I can't wait to see all the local bears like Gerber. Oh, man. You know what? Next, everyone is roasting Gerber. And I'm roasting all the other bears because I can't see them. I don't know where they are. I mean, they just stopped talking. It's hilarious. LFG, let's go. Tesla phone soon. I think it's most likely going to be an X phone, not a Tesla phone. But let's see. I hope straight up it deserves its stock. It deserves stock price. Soon. Ruined. Yeah, it did ruin. Yeah. Now I'm reading the thing. It ruined. So why are we not blowing up right now? Well, let me pull it up for you guys and let's see where the stock is right now. So we can see what the hell is going on right now. Why isn't it blowing up and all that kind of stuff? All right, let's see. All right, let me just go ahead and get this sorted. There we go. So the stock price right now is actually going down. Interestingly. But I think the reason why, can you guys see? Yeah. I think the reason why is they're waiting for the full confirmation. That's why. And then we'll see some things going up, and I'm pretty sure Elon's gonna drop some bombshells, and then we're gonna see some interesting things. Man, I need to thirsty. Oh, maybe some ASMR up in this. Anyways, I'm just so excited. But yeah, we did have a spike today, but it's going down right now, and that's because I think my theory is that they want confirmation and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I think it will be, and I think there's gonna be some juicy stuff coming out from the what's it called? The shareholder meeting. But man, I want to hear from you guys, man. Like, how are y'all feeling? Like, I mean, now we can focus on the company. You know what I mean? Now we can at least focus on the company. We don't have to worry about this, freaking vote stuff anymore. So, what do you guys think? I want to know how you guys feel about this. Put it in the chat. I think the general market is down today. Could be, but actually, we can actually check right here if it's down today, because it will have an impact to it. Of course, we have S&P. No, S&P is actually up, but yeah, it's not doing the best today. But nonetheless, nonetheless, it should be all right. Let's see, how long until the shareholder meets? All right, guys, I've got the shareholder meet right here, and it's saying exactly in 32 minutes, so in half an hour, pretty much. And it's gonna be flipping awesome. It's gonna be flipping awesome, man. I am so excited. This is a good day. Today is a good day. Yeah, I thought so too, but I think it's because they want confirmation from the board, not from Elon, because people can actually change their vote and do it the other way. But even if they do that, the vote fors is just so high that it won't work. I think Elon announced Tesla diversity. That's funny. 250 by 88. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Yo, just logged on. Yo, Thomas, welcome. Welcome, my man. 280 by, yep, you mentioned that, my man. Why go down? Hey, man, just be patient. Just be patient. It's scary because of the weak economy and high inflation. I hope Tesla overcomes. Hey, man, it's been overcoming. I mean, yeah, if you guys heard that, my cat is like, he wants to be on camera too. But anyways, yeah, Tesla's been given, and I think they just increased prices and doing all these other good things. And we are seeing in Canada, they reduce interest rates. In Sweden, they also reduce interest rates. So it looks like, and now we got the CPI report just yesterday or 2 days ago, and that was also down. And if this continues to go down, then we may see a soft landing, and we may see interest rates coming down slowly, like 0.25, 0.25, 0.5, 0.25, nothing too aggressively, because interest rates going down too aggressively is not a good sign. It's just not a good sign. So yeah, all right, my man. I'll see you in 30. If you decide to come back, we will do it. Need confirmation. Yeah, I think that's what the main thing is, and we will get confirmation. I think Elon won't post these two things that has been approved, and later it's not. I don't think, no, it's approved. I think it's official. I think we're good to go. Kimball out. We'll find out. Close to 300 by 88. I have a feeling for some reason Robotaxi Day is gonna be sell the news event. I just don't know what it is. New subscribe. Yo, let's flipping go. I gotta watch my language here because YouTube is they will do things to me. I don't want them to do anything to me. Hello from Argentina. Pejjy. Come on, man. Did you leave Canada because of Trudeau? No. Actually, I'm still a resident of Canada. I just work here in the Middle East. That's it. But Canada has become very expensive, and yeah, man, I don't know how we're gonna fix that. I'm voting for Pierre, man. I'm sorry, but Trudeau's got to go. Too many taxes, man. Too many taxes. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, so what else will they talk about at the meeting apart from the compensation in Texas vote, do you think? Well, here's the thing. Yes, I do think this is going to be bombshell news. The Texas and compensation vote, I think that's only going to take maybe 5 minutes of the whole thing. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. It's been approved. I'm here. Elon's going to say this, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Alexander Boomer Mama, for going above and beyond. And shout out to her, man. Amazing lady, amazing woman. And we may have her here soon later. But anywho. So yeah, thank you guys. All right, now that we can do this, we can move on and do bigger and better things. Okay, number one. This is what we did with vehicles, with FSD, with robotaxi, with Optimus bots. There are definitely going to be some bombshells, 100%, just like how last year was. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully, 199. Man, forget these 191, 192, just over 200. I think we're good. Love the content everywhere, Pejjy, especially on X. Man, I love X. And if you guys are watching this through YouTube, or even if you're on X and you're not following me, man, what are you doing? Come on, man. We're a big family here. Give your boy, give your dude some love and some follow, man. Let's do this. September 25th. What's happening September 25th? What's happening September 25th? Is that Q3? Maybe. 1,000 Tesla shares enough to be safe in the future? Well, I'm actually very, very close to 1,000 shares. I was hoping to get it soon, but very close to it. I think if you're holding 1,000 shares until 2040, I think it should be fine. I mean, if like Kathy Woods is saying, what, 2,600 or 3,100 by 2029, let's just say 3,000 by 2030, and like, being conservative with her, numbers. Well, then I guess 2040 should be at least not triple, at least double that. You do the math if that's enough for you or not, man. So, sheesh. Thanks for your hard work, man. I try my best. I love this stuff, man. I love this stuff. Hey, everybody, hit that like. Yo, man, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Subscribe or follow. Thank you, my man. I love the love, man. Got to go. Got to go do a root canal. Oh, be right back, bro. How could you be right back from a root canal, man? Yo, take some rest. All right. See you later, buddy. All right. Hello from Sweden. LFG, let's flip and go, man. Any news on his sexual? Whose? Trudeau's or Elon's? I don't know. What time does the vote close? I think it's already closed, man. I think it's already closed. Do you think 190 after shareholder meet or no? I think over 200. But let's see how things go. Brilliant. Can't wait for the meeting. Yep. In less than 30 minutes. We'll see. Man, I'm so pumped. It's ridiculous. There are no more negative catalysts left. This will be grind. Yeah, I mean, yes, but we know Elon. We know Elon, right? we know Elon. So we'll see if there's any more of that or not. But I think the biggest fear mongering part, it's out. It's out. We're good to go, guys. We're in the clear for now. 200 plus. Hell yeah, man. I like that. I like that. Washington Post releases article about a sexual assault. Elon. I don't know. If it is, I haven't heard about it. And if it is, who really cares? All right. Okay. May Swan. What's up, everybody? Welcome, my man. You have to do more live sessions. Truly appreciate it. Hey, guys, let me know if you guys want me to do more live sessions. If you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. It's actually more convenient for me to do it more live, because I don't have to, make the video and then edit the video and then post the video, edit it. I mean, live is just straight up done and good to go. So yeah, if you guys want to do it, I'll definitely do it. LFG, let's go. Do you think we see 220 plus? Man, I have no idea about these technical stuff, man, but I do know that this is a big overhang. And once we get the confirmation, I think there will be a rip up. It doesn't make sense for it to rip down. It doesn't make sense for this to be the sell news type of thing, because why would this be a sell the news type of thing? This was like, I wouldn't want to call it a threat, but this was like, a big deal if it didn't go past. Then more speculation, more fun will come in, more people will go like, oh, he's going to leave, he's going to take AI out of it. No, man, no. So I think it'll be more of a rip up. It won't be more ripped out. Pejjy, what will be your first Tesla car? Love the live. So this is a good question. If it's here in Kuwait, which I'm trying to get one, but I can't because I can't buy the car directly. I have to import it from Dubai. And the problem is I'm an expat here in Kuwait and I can't import cars. So it sucks. It definitely sucks. And there's no, charging infrastructure here. So that's going to be an issue. And if anything goes wrong with the battery, I have to ship it back to Dubai, which you already know how crazy that is. So, but if I end up getting one here in Kuwait, you guys better know that it's definitely going to be the Model 3, 100%. The Model S here is going to be too big for it. The Model X, there's a lot of Model X's here. Those two do import it. But for me, it'll be the Model 3. And even in Canada, honestly, I think the Model 3 is more than enough for me. I'm not a fan of the Model Y. I'm not, don't bash me, but I'm not a fan of the Model Y. The suspension is way too hard. The rear view mirror is too small. And I don't know. I enjoyed the car, but I didn't like it compared to the other brands, to the other models. Like the S and X, the suspension is That's what it is. It's beautiful. It's like you're driving. It's like you're flying, pretty much. Like you don't feel anything on the road. But the why. I hope the refresh. I know the refresh is gonna be a whole lot better. Whew, I'm pumped, man. Vote verdict expected to come early after 16:30. Yeah, man. And in less than 25 minutes. Less than 25 minutes. What time? In less than 25 minutes. 777. How will the new Tesla taxi smell? I have no idea. That's funny. Cybertruck, the one and only. I haven't honestly. I haven't test drove the Model 3 refresh yet, nor the Cybertruck. So hopefully, when I come in about a month time, when I'm back in Toronto, maybe I can get one of these. Let's see, or test drive one of these at least, right? Oof. Oh man. Oh man, how y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Like, I don't know how y'all feeling with the Highland upgrade. The 3 Performance is one to have. I agree with you. Well, I'm gonna find out this summer. Hopefully, I can test drive one or rent one for like a week or something, so I can see how it is. So, sheesh. Joel, you just bought 200 shares today. Sheesh. I think I bought about 5 or 6 today. 5 or 6 today. So, sheesh moment right there, guys. Sheesh flipping moment. Let's go on. Let's go see what's going on X before we come here. And I do want to test something out before we, move on. So that's what's going on X. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Elon Musk, 25 minutes. 25 flipping minutes. It's gonna be flipping awesome, man. It's gonna be flipping awesome. Yeah. So what I wanna go over is just look at that. What's needed for a guaranteed win, and we just surpassed that, which is insane. And the crazy part is that this percentage is around the same as it was with back in 2018. So that's a sheesh moment. And then we got this. This was, look, guys, the Texas vote, guys. The Texas vote. It was. People were saying this was not going to pass because you need a much higher. You needed at least 50% of actual people voting for it to pass. And people thought, 50% of retail investors won't vote or institutions won't vote. Well, guess what? We went over that. We went over, I think it's 60%. I think it's probably even 65, maybe close to 70% right now. So this is the best case scenario, guys. It's the best case scenario. And honestly, I wouldn't be this pumped if Texas wasn't, approved. That's all I'm going to say. If Texas wasn't approved, guys, I would not be this pumped. Oh, this is cool with the round. That's nice. That's actually pretty cool. Legend right here, guys. Tesla Boom Mama, a legend right here. Whew. Man, this was nice. This was nice. Okay, back to this thing. Back to you guys, because I do need to test sounding with you guys to make sure you guys can hear what's going on. But before we go live and everything, because it's gonna be an hour and a half, and obviously I can't really speak for an hour and a half. I can just react to what they're going to say. Whew. How are you guys? Like, I just want to know. Comment. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? How are y'all feeling? I want to know what you guys gotta say. Thomas, by far my Cybertruck has been. You got a Cybertruck, my man, bro. That's sick. How come I don't know. Maybe you did post it and I did like it. Maybe I forgot. But man, that is sick. By far my Cybertruck has been the best Tesla I've owned. Wow. Now you're making me jealous, man. Now you're making me envy. Oh, I need to test drive that baby. Feeling great, man. Let's flip and go. Tesla phone, bring it. I wouldn't want to go too much into phone. Here's the thing with Tesla. Their goal is to transition the world to sustainable energy. Making a phone does not do that. So I don't see Tesla making a Tesla phone. X, on the other hand, I do see them making a phone. Partnering with Samsung, for example. And here's the thing. I am a Samsung user too. So if X makes a phone, I'm a guaranteed buyer of X, of the phone if it comes out. So that's a sheesh moment. The future is bright when Elon gets what he wants. Well, it's not what he wants; it's what he deserves, right? This was imagine you had a contract that, hey man, if you do the impossible, which this was an impossible contract, you get this. He's not asking this is what I want. I'm saying, okay, that's a good contract. Okay, I perform and give it to me. Give me what I was supposed to get. That's what we're fighting for. That's what it is. So it's what he deserves, not what he wants. Why did the stocks sell off over the day? I think it's because people are obviously taking profits and they're waiting for confirmation of the vote, then they can do that. I think that's what it is. Imagine if every retail investor could vote. A lot couldn't. Yeah. I got a lot of DMs on X, people saying, even on YouTube comments, saying that, hey man, I couldn't vote. I couldn't vote. That sucks. Why the stock came back during the day? Well, heck yeah. I mean, people, here's the thing. People are selling profits. Maybe they're selling to buy NVIDIA, which is not a good thing to do right now, in my opinion. Although it is going to go up, but maybe 20, 30% compared to Tesla that I could double or triple easily. But people are those who are holding for a long time. Oh, I think I know who are selling. The guys who voted. No. There we go. The guys who are voting. No. Who else could sell, right? Elon is going to be so pumped. Oh yeah, man. I'm just like how I'm pumped, right? Let's flip and go. He may even be happier and more on form. Yeah, of course, 100%. Well, last earnings call was actually pretty on ball. It was good. So maybe it was 600 plus. I think so too. Texas move was just as a big deal, if not more. I think that was the biggest move, because if the Texas move is the wild card, is if the judge for some reason decides to. Don't come up. Sorry, it's my cat. He's about to jump up. If he decides to, for some reason, she decides to, cancel or reject it, well, then we're kind of stuck. But since we have the Texas thing moved, all you got to do is, okay, you're going to reject it? Well, screw you. You destroyed your own reputation. And, watch out for the consequences. I'm going to move it to Texas. I'm making a new compensation plan there, and you can't do anything. So, yeah. Nervous. Why are you nervous, man? The thing's already passed. We're done. It's finished. It's done deal. Texas is passed, and so is flipping Elon compensation. Nothing to be, nervous about. It's finished, dude. Pejjy, I love your content on YouTube and your Tesla analysis. I also follow you on X. Much love, my man. You are great. The podcast with Haley was awesome. Cheers from Croatia. Shout out to Haley. Flipping awesome. Awesome person to talk to. Awesome person to, hang around with. Very knowledgeable and smart. And thank you, my man. Thank you. I haven't been to Croatia, but I know it's a beautiful city. Country. What's wrong with me? Why did I say city? Country. Feeling good. That is really good. Bro, what are you doing, man? What the hell are you doing? You guys, I want you guys to meet Snow. Yo, come on. Say something in the mic. Say something. Are you pumped like I am? Are you pumped like I am, my man? Are you pumped like I am? Come on, man. All right, come on. Get out of here. All right, so like $1 million. Yeah, man. That's how I feel as well. It's awesome. Pejjy, could you please do a following video about Cathie Wood's latest? Yeah. The thing is, there's just so many things to cover. I gotta go step by step. So yeah, this is definitely going to be not the next video, but the next one after that, because I gotta cover what's gonna happen in another video, and the Cathie Woods one definitely 100%. I mean, as a Tesla investor, seeing that, you cannot ignore it. Nervous, bro. Why are y'all nervous? This thing is finished. It's passed. It's a done deal, my man. Why y'all nervous, man? Come on. I'm all in with call options. Oof, call options, man. I was hoping to do some calls as well, but yeah. All right, I'm happy with 115 shares. That's good, man. Yes, this guy. This guy is like the Tesla bears, Tesla shorts, who's holding the bag because he bought at the all-time high, or decided to do a put, and he's using Farzad's picture here. Like, that's how. Keep pumping this garbage. Well, we'll see what the real garbage is soon, my friend. I have over 350,000 wrapped in Tesla. Holy shoot! You got 350,000 in dollars or Tesla shares, dude. That's crazy. Thanks. You're welcome, man. Thanks. You go. I mean, of course. Thanks for the Cathie Woods thing, of course. All right. So 2020 on Friday. We'll find out. I was worried. Don't worry. Things are good to go. Same as in buying an X phone. No, as in buying an X phone. Yeah, I'll definitely buy an X phone. 100%. The short destroyer is locked and loaded. Enjoy the show. I'm gonna enjoy the show. All right. Looking forward to Elon. Looking forward to Elon doing what he has to do from 2018. and doing it again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a new compensation package. I mean, 100% new compensation package is definitely in the works. 100%. What do you think Tesla Bitcoin stock will it increase in the future? I mean, I have no comment with Bitcoin. It's hard to value that thing, but I think having some won't hurt. 250 tomorrow. I hope so. I bought 10 shares for my new son, Bo. I hope this will pay off his college. Hey man, 10 shares, if the stock price is, let's say, 3,000 per share by end decade, let's say, that's 30,000. So, and if that's in the if that's in Canada, I think that pays it off. But make sure that's in the TFSA, because you gotta sell it at a margin. That's a lot of taxes you gotta pay off. Capital gains tax. Now that it's now that it's 66% in Canada. I'm sure it'll drop when the next government comes, but still, it's sold off maybe because it went up 13% in 2 days. Maybe, could be. Show the cat. Yeah, he went away. Yeah, the new market cap is like 3 trillion. It's gonna be tough to go up to 6 trillion. Just as a better opportunity. Yeah, I agree with this 100%. LFG, let's go. I love the cat. Love that cat. What's your average on Tesla stock? It's below. I think it's at or below 200. It's somewhere around. I gotta double check, but it's getting closer every time, lower every time that I buy. Feeling mild, but maybe we get some positive energy soon, bro. You're not getting my. You're not absorbing. You're not getting my positive vibe, man. Come on, Edward. Come on. I bought 100 shares today. Sheesh. Let's flip and go. Hooray. What was the cat's name again? That one was Snow. Now, Simba's not here, but that one was Snow. Meow, Snow. I don't know if you can comment, but Fox News keeps putting down EVs. I mean, yeah, exactly. They're a big oil support. Nothing has changed. Back to 165. We're gonna retire. If it goes to 165, I'm gonna buy more. Simple. The uncertainty is a whole lot less now. The overhang is gone, and honestly, going down will be a blessing because I'll just buy more stock. Simple as that. When you come back to Toronto with all your profits. Oh, no idea, man. But honestly, with all that profit, why would I live in Canada? It's a country of tax. I'll just move to the States. I'll move to the States. Seriously. The tide will turn. Let's flip and go. $1 million invested today. Let's flip and go. Pejjy, could you please clarify me? There was an article interviewing Tesla executive, and he said robotaxi won't be making money within 10 years. But Kathy is saying, well, I don't know who this executive is. I think you're talking about that guy who used to be a Tesla board, and now he's a Tesla bear. And he voted no for this. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, don't listen to what he has to say. He everything he's predicted was wrong. Everything. Absolutely everything. And if you want to know the breakdown on how robotaxi is going to make money, not link in the description because there's a live video. I need to get used to that because it's live. I didn't make a video about it called robotaxi or Tesla. You can search this on my videos. Tesla's Nvidia moment is sooner than you think. You'll see that. You'll see how much money Tesla's going to make. In the beginning, I think even the first couple of robotaxis that goes out, they're going to make a profit. The only question is, how much can they produce of the vehicles, and how much of a cash burner is that going to be? Because right now, Cybertruck is a cash burner for Tesla because they have to reach economy of scale to do that. Robotaxi will be the same, but at a much lower volume because each piece takes maybe $18,000 to make, $17,000 to make, compared to a Cybertruck that could be as high as $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. So search that video up and you'll be informed on how that goes. Bring the T-phone today, Elon. Let's flip and go. I want to see Tesla go $400. I think by end of the year. Well, my price target end of the year is $350. I'm not changing it. So 400 definitely next year for sure. I'm stuck at 800 shares, but still want to go 1,000. I mean, bro, you already got 800 shares. What's another 200, right? Not financial advice. I have 2,000 shares, bro. Average. Sheesh. Oh, average 250. Oh, you bought high. Well, you bought average. 250, I think that's what will realistically end off the year if there's no major hype news. But I think closer to 350, 300 will be. So I think you'll probably break even or actually be in a profit by end of this year. Not financial advice. Praying for 6,000 shares. Insane. Let's go. Just about 100 today. You're legend. The stock needs to go above 200. I think we have to see the stock to go above 200. I do not. I'm in Kuwait. There's no Teslas here, unfortunately, not yet. Let's go. One word. Sheesh. Indeed. Yes. 0.56 after hours. Come on. That's it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Macro diamond hand. Macro diamond button pattern playing out. Target to have it. Dude, Jay, if you're right, Jay, if you are right, then a lot of people are going to be happy. Is it a pass, right? Yes, it is a pass. Or for it to be official. So yeah, they will confirm it in literally in like less than 10 minutes when we go live, when the shareholder meeting goes ahead. But Elon pretty much has confirmed. So it's good to go. I want to see that Tesla book. Everybody wants to see it. Struggling, bro. Don't struggle. Things are good. Things are good. Expecting surprises. I think, I mean, I do expect it, yeah. Do all Kuwait people hate Iraqi? No. That hate is long gone, man. Let's get ready for the short squeeze. I'm down. I have 2,000 shares. You're crazy, bro. I only have almost half of yours. Okay. Whew. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. I want to check something. So let me check something here, and let me know if you guys can hear it. All right, because sometimes this does glitch. I don't know. Let me see what I can, pull up here so you guys can. Something that's not copyrighted either. Okay, you know what? Let me just go to Tesla's website and see if you can hear it. And we can. What's loud? Yeah, let's do the Cybertruck. Good. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Where's my StreamYard? There it is. Okay. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to set this up. All right. Screen. This is the one. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Okay, 1 minute.
And proving ground is a very controlled situation. You know what the course is. It's designed to be something specific, but the difference.
Can you guys hear that? Please, let me know if you guys can hear that. I'm just waiting to see if we can hear. Let's go. Bingo. All right, good. Yeah, all right. Then I'm doing something right. Okay, so let me go here to, there it is. Boom, there we go. So as soon as this comes online, sound is on. 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes. Sound should be good to go. I am pumped. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be absolutely nice. All right. Now that we have that fixed. Okay. 6 minutes, boys and girls. By the way, guys, I am live streaming this from Kuwait, and it's 11:30 here, almost p.m. Not a.m. p.m. So I'll be up to like 1 in the morning. But man, I'm so pumped, dude. Like dude. I kid you not. This morning I woke up, I looked at my phone, and all I see is Elon's thing going like it's passed, and I'm like, what? Dude. I know every morning you should wake up feeling happy, but I haven't woken up like this, that happy in a long time. I just gotta say clap, man. Shout out to all of you that, that you guys voted for Tesla, for capitalism, for the right, for what's right. Shout out to you guys. And if you guys voted no, most likely y'all ain't even here, but you guys can go after yourselves. But yeah, there's 5 minutes. I don't want to waste any time with a shareholder meeting. This is golden, man. This is gonna be one of the greatest Tesla shareholder meets, I think, in history. In flippin' history. Let's see. What are y'all saying here? Man, you guys are chatting this thing up. Okay. If I missed you guys, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of chats, comments coming around. So fun, man. Hey, man, if this is fun, smash that like button, man. I love y'all. Awesome. After hours, 70. Okay. Price action is a trick. We got Elon back. Life is good. I think Elon was always going to stay with Tesla, even if this thing wasn't going to get passed. But this does for sure eliminate the fun. 100%. No questions there. All right, Bubba plays. You're in Dubai, so yeah, you're 1 hour ahead of me, so you're 12:30. Yep. Beautiful city, Dubai. Ross Gerber and Meet Kevin Roaches. The thing with Meet Kevin is he's more of a trader than an investor. I said it. He's more of a trader than an investor. He always sells it, and then he becomes very loud when he sells the stock, and then he buys it the next month. And here's the thing: he gives you advice. Like, I sold, so you should sell as well. Like, get out of here, man. No, stop telling people what to do. Just say what you did and move on. You don't have to say that, oh man, I sold, and you guys probably sell too because it's gonna go lower. Nah, man, I'm not a fan of people doing that. I am not a fan of people doing that. Just do what you're doing, and that's it. And I think he learned from that from last time he did that. Since that, my respect for him has gone down. But Meet Kevin, yeah. If I would give it 0 out of 10 of reliability, I would give him a 5. And Ross Gerber has no credibility. He is negative 5,000. I have no idea how this dude is gonna recover from the credibility he just lost. R.I.P. flipping Ross Gerber. How dare you approve it in 2018, 10x from it, get your fame from Tesla, and then come and crap on it and say he does not deserve it. Even though you agreed to it in 2018, all of a sudden you're not agreeing to it now? You hypocrite little cunt. Sorry my language, but it does boil my blood a little bit when people do become hypocrites. Stay true to yourself. And Ross Gerber, you are not true to yourself. You have lost all credibility, and it's crazy because everyone can see it through. There's no way of you recovering from this. It's just no way of recovering. Hey man, I think you're an awesome person, awesome guy in person, but you fucked up. You fucked up in a way that I don't know how you're gonna recover. It's just you cannot recover from this. Endgame. This is it. You're finished. You're done. My rant. It looks like something is starting here. Yeah, my rant was going pretty darn. Sorry about that. It's just that I hate hypocrites. I hate hypocrites. Okay, it looks like something is starting, so I will come back to it in a bit. All right. Oh my God. Sorry for that massive rant, guys. I just went on a massive rant and I realized it. Yeah. But anyway, that's how I feel about him, man. And you know what? I'm not even done ranting about this guy. But I'm going to stop it there. Anyways, and yes, not really to stay in Canada with all the taxes. I moved to Broome. Wow. Unlimited TFSA. Yo, that's sick. That's awesome. Because I've seen my portfolio. Whoa, sheesh, not financial advice, man. But, I think we'll look back by the end of the decade and go like, man, betting against Tesla was a bad idea. So that's the only thing I got to say. I'm 100% in it because I know the future of this. So, sheesh. Yes. All right, like that. Amir Ajami, this is the end of capitalism. This is the end of capitalism. So let's enjoy it. I don't think it's the end of capitalism. I think she's going to approve it. Maybe in some parts of the countries, maybe in some parts of the world, some of them are done because the government and the what's that word? I can't even say it right now. But anyways. Bureaucracy? Yeah, there we go. It's just gone too heavy. Like in Canada, the government section. The government is expanding at an alarming rate. That's not good. And then you have all taxes coming left, right, and center. And then you got, I don't want to get too into that. But Canada, a little bit of capitalism is going away. I can see that. And I'm a Canadian. In the US, I'm seeing it with Delaware, but I think this judge is going to say, okay, you approve, good to go. Because there's a lot of things on the line for her. She, disapproves it. Bye-bye, Delaware, with the reputation. It's finished. All right, go F yourself if you voted no. Yes, Tori, I 100% agree with you. Go F yourselves if you voted no. Hell, I voted for hey man, 248 is better than 0. That's all I'm going to say. 1% 1 hour. Let's go. If you voted no, yeah. So honestly, I 100% stand with this. I'm not a guy who, swears a lot. Actually, I do swear a lot in my personal life. I just keep it professional. Try to keep it professional here, at least on X and YouTube. But you should go F yourself if you voted no. Why are you even holding the stock when you vote no? Like, I don't understand. You hold the stock, but you voted no. Like, You know that Jackie Chan thing I use on X a lot? Like, what? I don't know. Bought 10 shares yesterday. I'm ready for the thing. Yeah, man. I bought two. I bought two as well. When does the meeting start? It looks like it's starting. So maybe another 5-10 minutes. Oh, it's starting, guys. It's starting. Okay. Let's.
To Texas. Home.
Here we go. I'm gonna mute.
The home of Tesla.
I like that.
My name is Brandon Earhart. I'm the General Counsel and Corporate Secretary. And this meeting is going to be in two parts. First, we're going to cover the 12 items that stockholders have been asked to vote on, as well as any other matters that have been properly presented. Second, our founder and CEO, Elon Musk, will provide a presentation. During the course of the following sessions, we may discuss our business outlook and make other forward-looking statements. Such statements are predictions based on current expectations. Actual events or results could materially differ due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those disclosed in our most recent 10-K or 10-Q as filed with the SEC. Such forward-looking statements represent our views as of today, should not be relied on hereafter, and we disclaim any obligation to update them after today. At this time, I'd like to thank members of the Tesla team and the board that are here in attendance. A representative from PricewaterhouseCoopers, Tesla's independent auditor, is also present. But before we begin, I'd like to introduce you to our board chair, Robin Denholm, who would like to say a few words.
Let's go! Guys, is the volume good? Let me know.
Thanks, Brandon, and hello, everyone. As chair of Tesla's board, I am honored to welcome you all to our home, Texas, for our annual 2024 annual shareholder meeting. And when I say I'm honored to welcome you, our shareholders, I truly am. No other company in the world has such a diverse, engaged, and supportive set of shareholders as Tesla. No other shareholder base understands its company like you do, nor is as committed to Tesla's mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy like you are. It is a shareholder base whose interests the board are proud to represent. It is also a shareholder base that understands that in order to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy and a sustainable energy economy, Tesla needs to develop the most revolutionary technologies, not only in autos, but in energy and artificial intelligence as well. Our achievements this past year are steps towards fulfilling our mission. Some highlights include the Model Y becoming the best-selling vehicle in the world in 2023. Beginning deliveries of the much-anticipated Cybertruck, proving that the muscle and utility of a pickup truck can be electric and cool. And our energy storage deployments reaching an all-time high in 2023, with the deployment trend continuing in 2024. By using our products, Tesla customers avoided releasing over 20 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions in 2023. That is the equivalent of 51 billion miles driven by ICE vehicles, an increase of about 18 billion avoided ICE miles since 2022. But to continue the exponential growth in greenhouse gas emission avoidance, we not only have to get our products into as many customers' hands as possible, but we also need to increase the utilization of our products. And to help further with that goal, we released FSD Supervised, demonstrating that our approach to autonomy is scalable and that accomplishments in artificial intelligence, along with leveraging our existing production lines, to get our next generation products to market faster are essential to achieving our mission. We have made and plan to make further investments in hardware and software ecosystem to further advance our path to autonomy and set a course to realization of robotaxis. But sustainability is not just about avoiding emissions. It needs to take into account the whole life cycle from the manufacturing of the products to the product's end of life. That is why we source responsibly. We design our manufacturing processes to use less water per vehicle than the industry average. And for the third year in a row, we power our supercharger network with 100% renewables energy. And we are also working to build a battery material recycling ecosystem, both internally and with others, to ensure that we are moving towards a truly circular economy for energy storage. In 2023 alone, we supported the recovery of enough battery materials to build 43,000 new rear-wheel drive Model Ys. That result is the epitome of a sustainable economy. While sustainability is our mission, we also have the goal of safety. Our cars are engineered to be some of the safest in the world, and we take real-world data from our fleet and our ability to push over-the-air updates to optimize safety for all our vehicle models. Our attention to autonomy also plays a role in our goal of safety. Based on 2023 data, Tesla vehicles with driver assist technologies engaged have only a 1 vehicle accident per 5.64 million miles driven, compared to the US, I think it's worth quoting. Compared to the US vehicle fleet of 1 accident per 670,000 miles driven. So not only are you protecting the environment by driving a Tesla, you're also protecting yourself and those who ride with you. With another year of progress in furthering our mission under our belt, I want to take this moment to thank our phenomenal Tesla employees, whose creativity, hard work, and dedication are the source of our success. Yes, huge thanks. And as most are also shareholders alongside each and every one of you, I hope each employee takes pride in the role that you have played in Tesla's accomplishments. I am proud of you, and the board and I appreciate you tremendously. Finally, I want to remind our shareholders that your board is listening, and we are here to represent your interests. You are, yes. You are the owners of the company, and your voices, your perspectives, and your input are critical to us as a board and to the direction of the company. My fellow directors and I serve as your fiduciaries and oversee Tesla's mission, purpose, and strategy with those responsibilities in mind. We continuously set the highest standards for ethical behaviour, corporate citizenship, and corporate governance. You don't see the day-to-day work of the directors, but I can assure you this is a highly engaged board, and I would like to thank my fellow directors for their dedication, whether it be inside the boardroom, meeting with our shareholders, or working closely with our team members throughout the company. Tesla is unique. Thank you. Thank you. Tesla is unique in how active and large our retail shareholder base is. And we hope you here in this room and our shareholders joining us virtually today continue to take advantage of our shareholder platform to enhance your engagement with Tesla. I want to give a special shout out to our small but mighty IR team and legal team and everyone involved in running this year's proxy campaign. both inside and outside of Tesla. There is still much to do, but it has galvanized us around the strong belief that the right things are always worth fighting for. Thank you. And now I'll hand it back. Thank you. Now I'm going to hand it back to Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. So I will now call the meeting to order. The time is now 3:40 p.m. Central, and I declare that the polls are now open. We have already received over the past few weeks voting proxies from our stockholders. However, if you wish to vote your shares at this time, you may do so through the virtual meeting portal, or if you want to vote in person, ballots and ballot boxes are available at the front. Tesla's board of directors has appointed Tony Cardidio, a representative of the Cardidio Group, to serve as the inspector of election. In addition, Broadridge Financial Services has certified that starting on April 29th, 2024, the proxy materials or notice of internet availability for proxy materials were mailed or provided to all Tesla stockholders of record on April 15th, 2024. We have a majority of the outstanding shares represented at the meeting, so I declare that there is a quorum present and that we may proceed with the meeting. The items on the agenda are as follows. There are 5 Tesla proposals. The election of 2 Class II directors, James Murdoch and Kimball Musk, to serve for a term of 3 years or until their respective successors are duly elected and qualified. To approve executive compensation on a non-advisory basis. To approve the re-domestication of Tesla from Delaware to Texas via conversion. To ratify the 100% performance-based stock option award to Elon Musk that was previously approved by stockholders in 2018. To ratify the appointment of PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP as Tesla's independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year 2024. Tesla's board has recommended that our stockholders vote for each of the 2 director nominees and for each of the 4 other Tesla proposals. We have also received 7 stockholder proposals that are described in the proxy statement. I would like to remind our stockholders that Tesla's board has prepared a statement in opposition to these proposals, which also appear in our proxy statement. So let's turn to those 7 stockholder proposals. The first one is an advisory vote regarding reduction of director terms to 1 year. Our board has recommended that our stockholders vote against this, as explained in the proxy. This stockholder proposal is proposed by Mr. James McRitchie, who has prepared a pre-recorded message.
Thank you. We presented a similar proposal in 2021. 55% supported it, even though the board put up a competing proposal, accountability every other year instead of every year. Neither received the required 67% of shares owned. 90% of the S&P 500 have a declassified board. Most institutional shareholders will again support our proposal. Join them. The recent Delaware court case identified 3 legal deficiencies at Tesla. Directors were not independent, the facts of the pay plan presented to investors were misleading, and the board failed to negotiate properly. A major part of the cure is declassifying the board so shareholders can hold directors accountable or submit their own nominations. Matt Mascardi of Free Float calls proposal number 6 the most important vote today, since it may enable investors to change the board, bringing new skills and professionalism. John Chevedden's simple majority vote is the other crucial vote. Another important endorser is Nell Minow, co-founder of companies including proxy advisor ISS. The Musk premium is already eroding. Tesla is Musk's liquid piggy bank, since it's publicly traded. His other companies are not. Either he sticks around long enough to use our shareholder capital to fund his other ventures, or he shifts his attention sooner if we reject his pay package and turn off the money tap. Bite the bullet. Prepare for a future that doesn't depend on a superhero dictatorship. We need to transition from a board dominated by friends and family to one of expert independent directors in engineering, software, and other relevant fields. Musk is a genius. I'm saddened to see him focus his attention elsewhere, but it is happening. Don't let him siphon off more from Tesla. We need to transition to a more democratic Tesla that can attract customers, employees, and shareholders seeking a better world ahead. Again, vote for number 6 and 7. Declassify the board for accountability. Lower the voting threshold for more flexibility. Vote now before the polls are closed. Your vote can make a significant difference in our future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McRitchie. As a reminder, the board's response was contained in our proxy statement. The second stockholder proposal is an advisory vote regarding simple majority provisions in our governing documents. Our board has recommended against and are set forth for the reasons in the proxy. This stockholder proposal is proposed by Mr. John Chevedden, who is on the line to present this proposal. Mr. Chevedden, I would like to invite you to speak. You will have 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Hello, this is John Chevedden. Proposal 7, simple majority vote. Shareholders requested the board of directors take the necessary steps so that each voting requirement in the charter and bylaws that calls for a greater than simple majority vote be replaced by a requirement for a majority of the votes cast for and against such proposals, or a simple majority. This includes making the necessary changes in plain English. This proposal 7 is the exact same concept that the Tesla board of directors supported at the 2022 Tesla annual meeting. The 2022 Tesla board of directors proposal then won 98% support from the Tesla shareholders who voted. And the board of directors version of this proposal would have been adopted earlier if the board of directors had only made a slight effort to encourage more Tesla shareholders to vote for their proposal. This simple majority vote standard proposal will help improve Tesla shareholder rights. Tesla now scores a dismal 10 in shareholder rights, with 10 being the worst possible score. The Tesla board of directors supported this proposal concept in 2022 and should do so today. Shareholder rights and a simple majority vote standard are all the more important when Tesla has a CEO, Elon Musk, who is threatening to give less attention to Tesla and is threatening to withhold advanced technology from Tesla unless he gets a $56 billion paycheck. Never before have shareholders been under such duress when asked to prove an outrageous $56 billion CEO paycheck. Plus, there's no promise with the $56 billion paycheck that Mr. Musk will devote any minimum percentage of his time to Tesla or pursue any minimum amount of advanced technology at Tesla. Russ Gerber of the investment firm Gerber Kawasaki said, "I believe the Tesla board of directors is the most conflicted, least independent, and most incapable board of directors in the history of business."
Ross Gerber.
Please vote yes. Simple majority vote.
More like
Proposal
Lost
7.
Gerber.
Thank you, Mr. Chevedden. As a reminder, the board's response is set forth in the proxy. Our third stockholder proposal is an advisory vote regarding annual reporting on anti-harassment and discrimination efforts. Our board has recommended against for the reasons set forth in the proxy. This stockholder proposal is proposed by the New York State Common Retirement Fund as the lead filer, which has requested that Dr. Kristen Hall, as represented for Neo Impact Capital as co-filer for this proposal, present this proposal. Dr. Hall, I would like to invite you to speak. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Dr. Kristen Hull of NEA Impact Capital. I'm here on behalf of lead filer, New York State Comptroller Thomas D. Paoli, trustee of New York State Retirement Fund, owner of Tesla shares valued at over $650 million as of March of this year. And I'm here as a co-filer of Proposal 8. The fund is a significant long-term owner of Tesla and has an explicit focus on investing in climate solutions. Longview Large Cap Fund, through its trustee Amalgamated Bank, AP7, and Arjuna join us in filing this resolution.
All right, I'm gonna
Our
talk
firm
over.
named NIA
What the hell is this,
means
man?
intention and purpose.
Like, seriously.
We invest only
Bro,
in those companies we see
No one
building
cares about your
toward a better
monotone
world,
voice.
a
Just get on with the
sustainable and
damn thing.
inclusive future.
Come on.
As the founder
God.
of NIA, I had been
I'm
proud
gonna fall
in our
asleep or
early
something.
ownership of Tesla. I saw the potential and the need for innovation in the automotive and the clean energy market space. However, when looking under the frunk, we find failures in workplace management. One of the most important
Yeah,
components
I
of
know, I'm
any
very loud. I'm
business.
sorry. That's why I'm like
Employees
whispering.
need to be hired,
The
trained,
video is
motivated,
at
and
max.
engaged to do high
These
quality
things are
work.
all usually low volume.
And we need those employees
Yeah,
to be able to
can
contribute to their top
they just get
ability.
Elon on and just talking
To
about
do
the
so, they
company?
must feel both
These things are
physically and
so
emotionally safe
flippin'
at
annoying
work.
and just boring.
Investors are
Who cares
requesting the
about these
report
things?
outlined in Proposal 8 because workplace abuse, harassment, and discrimination have no place at Tesla. They can result in substantial costs, including employee turnover, increased absenteeism, and reduced productivity, as well as legal costs, all of which can impact shareholders' investments in the company. They may also lead to difficulties in recruiting high-quality employees, something that Tesla needs to remain innovative and at the forefront of a quickly moving technological landscape. We have expressed concerns about Tesla's workplace for
Look at
years.
everybody. Look at everybody's reaction.
And
They're all
year
like,
after
shut the
year,
fuck up, man.
more
They're like,
harassment
shut the
and
fuck up.
discrimination
Just stop
allegations
talking.
have emerged.
3
Few
minutes.
visible
Jeez.
improvements in Tesla's people management policies or practices to assuage our concerns. Lawsuits and class actions before Tesla now involve thousands of employees, with allegations including repeated use of racial epithets by managers and employees, segregation and discrimination against non-white employees in job assignments, pay and promotion, and retaliation when employees report their experiences. These concerns are why I now formally move Proposal 8, requesting that Tesla's board commission an independent report on the effectiveness of the company's efforts to prevent harassment and discrimination within this revolutionary and innovative workspace. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Hull. The board's response is set forth in the proxy materials. Let's turn to the fourth stockholder proposal, which is an advisory vote regarding the adoption of freedom of association and collective bargaining policy. Our board has recommended against for the reasons set forth in the proxy. This stockholder proposal is proposed by SOC Investment Group, whose representative Tezel Patel has prepared a pre-recorded message.
Hello, I'm Tejal
God.
Patel, the Executive Director of the SOC Investment Group, and I hereby move Proposal 9, a shareholder proposal requesting that Tesla Board of Directors adopt and disclose a non-interference and collective bargaining policy that upholds international labor rights standards in its operations. This resolution was submitted with other co-filers, and we are concerned that Tesla's existing policy fails to clearly explain how conflicts between international and local labor law will be resolved, and because of clear indications that Tesla is not adhering to its current policy despite the operational, legal, human capital management, and reputational risks involved. We recognize that Tesla revised its global human rights policy in April 2023 to explicitly refer to the rights of workers to free association and collective bargaining, but these revisions were fatally compromised. The statement committing to respect these rights includes the qualifier in conformance with local law, rather than referencing the often higher international human rights standards, suggesting that Tesla respects these rights only as explicitly required by local laws. Numerous signs suggest that Tesla is not respecting its workers' fundamental rights. In Sweden, Tesla has faced months-long strikes and boycotts over what has been characterized as a refusal to bargain. Moreover, as part of its reporting on the situation, Reuters wrote that Tesla has a policy of not signing collective agreements, which, if true, would directly contravene the company's current policy. In Germany, Tesla faces allegations of refusal to bargain and poor working conditions. In the United States, Tesla has had adverse decisions by the full National Labor Relations Board and the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals over labor rights violations. Just last month, the NLRB issued a complaint alleging that restrictions in Tesla's workplace technology policies served to unlawfully discourage employees from joining unions or acting concertedly. It is also relevant for shareholders to consider the broader human capital management risks Tesla faces, including reports of higher health and safety violations and injury rates than peers, and numerous lawsuits alleging of hostile work environments. Freedom of association and collective bargaining are considered enabling rights, meaning that they empower workers to effectively advocate for additional labor rights, including the right to a safe and healthy workplace free from discrimination. The adoption of a comprehensive labor rights policy that clearly articulates a commitment to non-interference, good faith collective bargaining, and adherence to higher international standards would help Tesla better mitigate these human capital management risks, as well as operational and reputational risks, like we are seeing in Sweden. Therefore, we urge you to vote for item 9. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patel. The board's response is set forth in the proxy. The fifth stockholder proposal is an advisory vote regarding reporting on effects and risks associated with electromagnetic radiation and wireless technologies. Our board has recommended against for the reasons set forth in the proxy.
I guarantee
The
you
stockholder
guys.
proposal is proposed by Lendrell Purcell, whose representative Dr. Deborah Davis has prepared a pre-recorded message.
Man, I guarantee you that the people who are sitting there are like,
I am
man, what
Deborah
the hell is
Davis,
this?
founder of Environmental Health Trust.
Shit.
I am speaking with you today on behalf of shareholder Lendrell Purcell regarding her proposal seeking an annual report on the risks from magnetic fields and wireless radiation in their products. I'm also speaking on behalf of millions of young children, infants and toddlers, and pregnant women who are more vulnerable to wireless radiation, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. I'm the founding director of the Board on Environmental Studies and Toxicology from the National Academy of Sciences, and I've published more than 220 scientific articles on environmental health and have concluded, along with hundreds of other experts, that current exposures to non-ionizing electromagnetic fields, called EMF, constitute a serious and unrecognized public health risk. Tesla vehicles operate with a 1,200-pound battery that emits magnetic fields and also uses wireless equipment such as Wi-Fi and radar emitting wireless radiation. Tesla should provide transparent information on measured exposures and efforts to reduce them. The World Health Organization has concluded that both low levels of EMF and microwave or cellular radiation are, quote, possible carcinogens, the same category as some pesticides and gasoline. The companies that provide secondary insurance, like Lloyd's of London and Swiss Re, have long considered electromagnetic fields to be uninsurable, comparable to asbestos, due to potential health and environmental damages. Tesla shareholders have a right to know how the company insures itself against such risks. The fact that current levels may be legal does not mean they are safe. In fact, US regulations were set more than a quarter century ago. It has been 3 years since the US Circuit Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia determined that the FCC had been, quote, arbitrary and capricious in its failure to consider all of the science and refusal to update wireless limits. Tesla has failed to inform consumers about the measured levels of magnetic fields and wireless radiation within the automobile or their other products. Infants and toddlers by law are strapped into seats to protect them during crashes, but they have no protection from EMF that can go more deeply into their thinner skulls. To mitigate risks for Tesla, the company could shield its vehicles and ensure wireless antennas could be easily turned off. Hardware and software changes can lower exposures generally. Tesla has developed extremely rigorous compliance and hazard screenings beyond regulatory requirements for certain toxic chemicals. Investors can encourage the company to take a similar leadership role regarding reducing EMF. It's time for the company to unambiguously compete on safety regarding wireless radiation and non-ionizing radiation emitted by its products. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. The board's response is set forth in the proxy. Let's move on to the sixth stockholder proposal, which is an advisory vote regarding adopting targets and reporting on metrics to assess the feasibility of integrating sustainability metrics into senior executive compensation plans. Our board has recommended against for the reasons set forth in the proxy. This stockholder proposal is proposed by Tulip Share Securities Limited, whose representative Constant Ricketts has prepared a pre-recorded message.
Good afternoon, fellow shareholders. Thank you for your time. I'm Constance Ricketts, and today I'm speaking on behalf of Tulip Share in support of Proposal 11, urging Tesla to integrate sustainability metrics, including diversity among senior executives, into executive compensation plans. This proposal calls for robust quantitative targets and transparent reporting to both resolve executive pay plan controversies and ensure our company's long-term stability and success. Diversity and independence in leadership are essential for innovation and enhanced decision-making, while sustainability metrics in executive compensation reflect alignment with regulatory pressures, investor expectations, and responsible business practices. Despite 75% of S&P 500 companies incorporating sustainability metrics into executive pay plans, Tesla fails to do so. This is especially concerning given our mission to accelerate the world's transition to renewable energy. The recent ruling that voided our CEO's $56 billion pay package highlighted the need for fair and negotiated compensation plans that serve stockholders' best interests. Tesla's proxy statement does not offer substantive evidence of how the voided 2018 award harms stockholder democracy or how its ratification will cure prior deficiencies and lead to a different outcome. Likewise, the opposition to this proposal fails to show any evidence of an existing performance-based component integrated into the executive pay structure that respects established human rights due diligence processes and principles. Instead, it cites its human rights policy that is wholly unrelated to executive compensation and doubles down on the argument that the currently contested executive pay structure is the only means of motivation to achieve our company's mission. This commitment to the status quo essentially dismisses the ongoing controversies that Tesla must face and overcome, including softening sales, advancing competition, split focus in leadership, a 30% drop in stock price, reduced market cap, mass layoffs, human rights violations, and ongoing legal challenges. Tesla's executives absolutely should be duly compensated for innovative and successful business. However, stockholder democracy allows us to oppose demands like 25% control of the company and the largest pay package in corporate American history via further share issuance. We also have the right to vote for our leadership's compensation to be commensurate with financial and sustainability performance. This does not mean we do not respect our leadership's time, energy, and contributions. Quite the contrary, as it is our duty as stockholders to ensure long-term viability and success for our company.
Thank you, Ms. Ricketts. The board's response is set forth in the proxy. Let's move on to the seventh stockholder proposal, which is an advisory vote regarding committing to a moratorium on sourcing minerals from deep sea mining. Our board has recommended against for the reasons set forth in the proxy. This proposal is proposed by As You Sow, whose representative Elizabeth Levy has also recorded a pre-recorded message.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the board. My name is Elizabeth Levy, representing As You Sow, speaking on proposal number 12.
All right, guys. I know you guys are saying I'm loud, so reduce the volume. I can't listen to this anymore. Holy crap! So boring. It's just so boring, and I understand why they're doing this. They're doing this because they want to show the what's it called, investors and the SEC or something that, hey, look, see, we're listening to everybody. We're not just listening to the good guys or the guys who, to the shareholders. We are getting critics as well, and all this, bullshit. God, I can't listen to it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is the last one, but I just can't listen to it anymore. Holy crap. Jeez. Now, here's the thing: is it approved or not? I mean, they haven't said anything about that yet. They actually said this Brandon guy, this new guy, I think he's taking over Martin's place. He said that you can still vote for it. So I don't know what time it ends. It should end today, though, but I don't know what time it'll end. My God, I don't care about deep sea mining. This is what this last shareholder proposal is, like, the deep sea mining. Like, cares about this? I'm here for about Elon and Tesla. God, so annoying. And we can clearly see these guys voted no for the compensation package for sure, 100%. No, okay, looks like you're done. She's not done there. Okay. I'll wait until this thing's okay. I'll wait until this voice thing is done, and I will go back. The fact that their pre-record message makes them even less trustworthy. Sounds like AI. I know. Yeah. Freaking deep sea mining. Cares about deep sea mining. Jeez. Oh boy. Is she done? Damn it, she's not done. My God. I don't want to miss a second of this shareholder meet, but this is just flipping annoying. But this is the last one, so let's just, and they get 3 minutes. What are you explaining in 3 minutes? Look, what possibly can you explain about deep sea mining in 3 minutes? God. Anyways, I voted against for all of that, so I don't really care. And I'm sure you guys voted against it too. God. Damn, she keeps talking. Oh my God. Anyways, until she finishes. Oh, she's done. All right, we're back.
That now is the final opportunity to submit any votes in order for them to be counted. I declare that the polls are now closed.
It's closed.
Based on the proxies that we have received and the votes submitted at this meeting, I'd like to announce the results on a preliminary basis. With respect to the 7 stockholder proposals, our stockholders have approved the recommendations of the Tesla board on all of them except for Proposal 6 regarding director terms and Proposal 7 regarding simple majority voting. Now moving on to the 5 Tesla proposals. First, our stockholders have approved the election of our 2 Class 2 directors, James Murdoch and Kimball Musk, to serve for a term of 3 years and until their respective successors are duly elected and qualified. Second, our stockholders have approved executive compensation on a non-binding advisory basis. Third, our stockholders have approved the ratification of appointment of PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP as Tesla's independent registered public accounting firm for the 2024 fiscal year. Fourth, our stockholders have approved the redomestication of Tesla from Delaware to Texas. Fifth and finally, our stockholders have approved the ratification of the 100% performance-based stock option award to Elon Musk that was approved by stockholders in 2018. The meeting is now closed, and with that, Tesla shareholders, let's welcome Elon Musk.
goal is to give people hope that there is a path to a fully sustainable global economy, that we are on that path, that we are accelerating that path, and that so long as we don't get complacent about it, it will happen.
This was really the beginning of the end of the Tesla bubble. I actually think the company could go bust.
Tesla's Model Y is the world's best-selling car, beating out Toyota's RAV4 and its Corolla models.
Regarding FSD version 12, it's profound. The rate of improvement is rapid. It might be the biggest asset value appreciation in history when you can do unsupervised full self-driving.
I mean, it just sounds like a story stock, autonomous taxi. I mean, can you really balance your checkbook with, sort of pie in the sky predictions like that?
If you ask the wrong question, the right answer is impossible.
My prediction is that a majority of Tesla's long-term value will be Optimus. And that prediction I'm very confident of.
It's very rare a product comes along that is seemingly impossible, that experts said would never be made. And this is one of those times. Finally, the future will look like the future. People say, why'd you make it bulletproof? I'm like, why not?
Energy storage deployments, the Megapack in particular, reached an all-time high in Q1, leading to record profitability for the energy business.
This is the machine that builds the machine, and the factory is the product. And this building is the most advanced car factory that Earth has ever seen.
If you value Tesla as an auto company, it's just the wrong framework. If somebody doesn't believe Tesla's going to solve autonomy, I think they should not be an investor in the company. But we will. And we are.
Hey guys. Welcome to the Tesla shareholder meeting. And I just want to start off by saying, hot damn, I love you guys. Yeah. We have the most awesome shareholder base. I mean, it's just incredible. Any public company, it's incredible. Wow. We've got a great sort of shareholder meeting here to recap the achievements of the company and tell you about where we're going. And I think it's incredible. I think we're not just opening a new chapter for Tesla, we're starting a new book. Okay. So those of you who have been following Tesla closely understand, you get it, important thing is you get it. I mean, it's where things are going, I think is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. We're obviously making great progress in solving the sustainable energy problem, with electric vehicles, with stationary storage, with solar, and then I think in terms of the value of the company, autonomy is just such a mind-blowing thing that, like I said, you guys understand, but I think most of the world does not yet understand. So, in talking to a lot of the sort of big institutional investors, when they're often in New York and they don't drive cars, so I'll be like, have you driven our car? Or have you tried self-driving? The version 12.3, and they're like, oh no, okay, well you should try it. That would be a good thing to do. And if you just plot the points on the curve of how well autonomy is progressing, and just believe the curve.
it's headed towards unsupervised full self-driving very quickly at an exponential pace. If you just, yeah, I mean, yeah, so. It's really as simple as that. And in fact, I'd invite you to just do it personally. Just say, okay, with each release, how many miles do you drive before you have to intervene? It's like literally that simple. And with each release, you'll see there's a big improvement, and it looks like an exponential. So, and it's very clear that will actually go to the point where it is actually far safer than a person driving the car. And I have some insight into the next releases, because we've got basically for every release that's on the road, we kind of see what the next generation release is and a little bit about the release after that. So we have some insight into where it's going, and it's really amazing. No question whatsoever that will far exceed human safety. Yeah, no question. So, and I think I have mentioned this, but like sometimes it's like helpful to sort of reiterate and connect some of the dots, because sometimes people wonder, well, how do you go from this big fleet to actually monetizing the fleet in an autonomous situation? And it's actually a combination of it's like Airbnb and Uber to some degree. So like there'll be some cars that Tesla owns itself, it's kind of like an Uber fashion. But then for the fleet that is owned by our customers, it will be like an Airbnb thing. You can add or subtract your car to the fleet whenever you want. So you can say, like, I'm going away for a week. At just one tap on your Tesla app, your car gets added to the fleet, and it just makes money for you while you're gone. Yeah. So you can say you can add it to the fleet for a few hours, for a few days, for a few weeks. Whenever you want it back, you can say, come back, and car will come right back. And I'm highly confident that it will far exceed the value of, like the revenue made by the owner of the car will far exceed the actual monthly payment. And then Tesla will obviously take a rev share on that, but most of the money will go to the owner of the car. And this is actually going to work. This is what will happen. So I mean, mark my words, this is simply a matter of time. Now, admittedly, I'm a little optimistic sometimes. So I don't have complete lack of self-awareness. But if I wasn't optimistic, this wouldn't exist. This factory wouldn't exist, So, that's what my brother, who's awesome, he's here, just got reelected. No, sorry, those things. So it's like a little anecdote. Like when we were kids in school, my brother would tell me the wrong time for the bus so that I wouldn't miss the bus. And then I'd be upset with him, like, why'd you tell me the bus was going to come earlier than it was? And he's like, well, because otherwise you'd be late for the bus. This is an actual thing that would happen. So I guess I've been sort of pathologically optimistic from birth. But that's the reason all this stuff is happening anyway. It's like I got to be somewhat pathologically optimistic, but I do deliver in the end. That's the important thing. So yeah, and it's really just going to be something else. I mentioned this before, but like for ARK Invest, I'd recommend reading the ARK Invest analysis. That's the most accurate. There may be more accurate ones, but the most accurate sort of analysis of the potential of autonomy. The most accurate that I'm aware of is Kathy Wood's ARK Invest. And if I recall correctly, they predicted somewhere over a $5 trillion valuation for Tesla just based on vehicle autonomy, not counting Optimus. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. So, I think just based on vehicle autonomy, we can 10x, more than 10x the value of the company. I believe that's what will happen. Hey, no, it's just what do you know? It's 4:20 p.m. I just noticed that. So, you know. So I think that's actually, I think that's pretty accurate. But it actually gets way crazier when you think about the Optimus robot, which is really a humanoid robot that is intended to, be able to do anything you want it to do, to be, it's, your companion. It can be at your house. It can sort of babysit your kids. It could teach them, be a teacher. It can do factory stuff. I think that the ultimate ratio of, say, how many super useful humanoid helper droids do you want? Like, who doesn't want a C-3PO? But a C-3PO plus R2-D2 plus, plus. It would be pretty awesome. I think everyone in the world is going to want one, like literally everyone. And then there'll be obviously robots in industry making stuff, and so I mean I think the ratio of humanoid robots to humans will probably be at least 2 to 1, something like that. 1 to 1 for sure. So which means like somewhere on the order of 10 billion humanoid robots. Maybe 20 or 30. And so then it's like, okay, well, let's say, you kind of make, let's say the build rate is, I think the build rate will be probably something ultimately like 1 billion a year, humanoid robots, like actually. And if Tesla just has a 10% share of that, and it might be a lot more than 10%, and there's, who make like 100 million Optimus units a year. For reference, the auto industry is roughly 100 million vehicles per year. So that, sort of similar ballpark, at least within an order of magnitude. And I think we could make one for a cost of maybe at really high scale of about $10,000. It's smaller. It'll be less expensive than a car. So, and I think if you sell it for $20,000 or something, this is at large scale volume. Tesla would basically make about $1 trillion of profit a year from that. So, yeah. If the price earnings multiple is, say, I don't know, 20 or 25, something like that, that would mean a $20 trillion market cap from Optimus alone. And probably 5 to 10 from autonomous vehicles. So, I think it's actually conceivable, it's within the realm of possibility for Tesla to achieve a valuation 10 times that of the most valuable company today. So when I say this is like we're starting a new book, I mean, it's going to be the best book. Next level, next level. No, we need to make sure these robots are nice to us, and that's very important. Yeah. So anyway, so with that, let me get into the presentation. Blah 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 blah. Oh man. I think it might be worth us just putting a word limit on future shareholder Tesla proposals. it's like you can't have like a novel length, you know. It's kind of like you can't have a whole novel as a Tesla proposal. So anyway, as you can see, our impact is accelerating. You know, we're starting to make a real noticeable dent in carbon emissions. So we're really, you know, making a lot of progress towards achieving our goal of sustainability. And one of the effects of autonomy is going to be an even greater effect on carbon emissions, because I suspect that we'll go from passenger cars having about 10 hours of usage per week, about an hour and a half per day, to probably a third of the hours in the week, maybe 50, 55 hours, which means the same car will be used 5 times more often. So you need a certain amount of resources to make the car, but it'll have 5 times the usage, in my opinion. I think that's quite likely, which will be an even more dramatic impact on carbon emissions. So, you know, we care a lot about sustainable manufacturing. Our factories are beautiful. Like, you walk around the factory, it's actually, you know, contrary to these, like, what you read in the press, it's like a good vibe in the factory. Like, people are smiling and happy. It's like, it's nice. So yeah. So I mean, we do care. We actually do care a lot at Tesla about doing the right thing, and we you know, we're not going to be perfect, but we do care a lot about doing the right thing. So our vehicles are water efficient, energy efficient. You know, we try whenever possible to use renewables for powering the factory, and you know, do our best to do the right thing. Our batteries are lasting longer. I got too many things in my hand. Anyway, the batteries are lasting a lot longer, which is good. Safety is good in the factory. We're improving the affordability of EVs. You know, Model Y is comparable to BMW X3, but its actual cost of ownership on a monthly basis is much lower. We were #1 in EVs globally last year. So, yeah. So, yeah. So let's see. And congrats to the Tesla team on making 6 million vehicles all time. So that, I mean, the Tesla fleet is really becoming very substantial. I mean, it's going to be 7 million vehicles by the end of this year, over 7 million vehicles. So, we had, and our factory in Fremont is currently the highest volume auto factory in North America. So, and we broke the prior production record from when it was NUMMI. So it's actually pretty wild that we have a giant car factory in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's not exactly the cheapest place to have a car factory. It's like that in the Swiss Alps or something, you know. But we still managed to make you know, great cars at high volume, and that's a testament to the great team we've got in Fremont. So congrats to the Fremont team. And you know, a lot of people were saying the Cybertruck is like fake; it's never going to come out. You know, and now we're shipping a lot of Cybertrucks. We hit a weekly record of 1,300. So. And you know, I think that with the Cybertruck, it really is something special. Like, you know, people sometimes have like different opinions on the Cybertruck, but if you really want to know if something is cool, if it's a great product, like, show it to a kid, okay? Like, no filter, okay? The kid's got like no filter, like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, something like that, and or even 3-year-old,
and say, which car do you like? Cybertruck. So it's like, that's how you know. It's finally something that it just looks like the future. And it drives so well. It's comfortable. It's just a fantastic product. I think it's our best product, and it's a lot of innovation. It's got a 48 volts low voltage system. Finally, instead of 12 volts, 800 volt drivetrain, the world's biggest castings. It's bulletproof. All the cool things can outpull a F350 diesel, which is a very impressive truck, and it can it can do a quarter mile faster than a Porsche 911 while towing a Porsche 911. So that's insane. So yeah. And if you think about it, like how often do companies make products that move your heart, that are really special? It's so rare, and I think this is one of them. So yeah. And we launched the upgraded 3, which is actually a fantastic car. I recommend trying it out. It's really a great car. And it's only $216 after gas savings, like total cost of ownership. It's basically $200 and something when compared to a gasoline car, a similar gasoline car. So it's really a great deal and a fun car. And the performance, Model 3 performance is, well, it's like, faster than Porsche 911. It's just a great car. So, yeah. So, yeah. And of course, Model Y became the best-selling vehicle globally. And this is something that we predicted. I think I said in like 2022, Model Y would be the biggest car in the world by dollar volume sales, and at 2023 it would be the biggest in unit volume, and it was. And again, this year it will be the best-selling car on earth. So, yeah. We were obviously we got the Tesla Semi. We're in low volume production of the Tesla Semi, and just last week I approved the plans for volume production of the Tesla Semi. So we're going to make a lot of semi trucks. We're going to start off with, it's something I think it'll actually move the needle financially. It's not like it's not a small thing. And the thing about commercial vehicles is that companies that use them are super objective. It's not like it's actually. I mean, obviously we're going to make it have cool style and be an awesome car, but for commercial vehicles, the companies that make the buying decisions, they just look at it and say, like, what are the numbers? Like, is this cost less to transport or cost more to transport than say a diesel truck? And the thing is, the economics are much better than a diesel truck. It's kind of basically a no-brainer. If you're a transport company, you don't use the Tesla electric Semi, you're just losing money. Why would you do that? Do you not like money? Okay. But if you do like money, then I recommend using the Tesla Semi. And so I think this is really going to actually sell at a scale that people will be surprised at, and will actually move the needle financially and do a lot of good. Also for CO2 and sustainability, because semis are driven all the time. Actually, even at
at much smaller numbers, they have a very big effect on total carbon emissions solved. So obviously we've got some new products that we're working on under the covers. And I think these are, I think these are going to be pretty special. So, you know, some of them, I think people maybe at first may think, oh, it's not going to be that amazing, but just wait, it will be. So. So our supercharger network is continuing to grow. You know, rumors of the death of the supercharger are greatly exaggerated. We are, in fact, continuing to grow the supercharger network significantly. In fact, this year, I think we'll deploy more superchargers this year that are actually working than the rest of industry combined. Just FYI. So now we are going to be more careful about, like, you know, the capital efficiency of where we deploy superchargers. But for sure, any place that has congestion, any sort of missing parts of the map that we're missing, we're going to put the superchargers there. So even for the remainder of the year, we expect to spend about $500 million on supercharger deployment. So it's very significant, and it'd be a well-spent $500 million. So this is, you know, it's a lot. So, and this is actually not showing a bunch of new markets that will be opening up later this year and next. So we're obviously we want Tesla to be worldwide, and there's a lot of countries that we, you know, have 0 to very few Teslas, and we obviously we want Tesla everywhere. So there are a lot of new markets that we're going to open up later this year and next. We're also opening the superchargers to other companies with the that's the adapter to the old somewhat clunky connector. But our goal is to be helpful to other car companies. So any other car companies that are going electric, we do want to be helpful to them with our supercharger network. So we're providing them with adapters and enabling them to have access to the Tesla supercharging network because we think it's better to do that than to create a walled garden that inhibits EV growth. Oops, there was a bit of latency here. And we're also innovating a lot in battery production with the 4680 that's built right here. And it's a hard problem, you know, like there are entire companies that just make battery cells. That's all they do. But we're making good progress. Like all the Cybertrucks that you see use the Tesla 4680 cell. We have a clear path to the 4680 being, we think, probably the most competitive cell from a manufacturing efficiency standpoint. And so it is a hard problem, I have to say. There's quite a lot of brain damage required to be good at cell manufacturing. It's like a brain damage high. But I think it does give Tesla resilience in the face of if there are changes in the, I don't know, geopolitical situation somehow. But it's good to have some independence in cell manufacturing. Yeah, and we're making steady progress, and we also have the cathode refinery, which you can see behind the main factory. So you can sort of see it in the picture there. That's a cathode refinery, and then we've got the lithium refinery in South Texas. And so we're just making sure we've kind of got the pieces of the puzzle. I mean, if you were to look at sort of a video of how Tesla does, say, cathode and lithium refining and how the rest of industry does it, it's night and day. I mean, you can sort of eat off the floor in the Tesla refinery, and I would not recommend doing so in the others. So
you know, it's really, we're definitely going very vertical here. But I think this is it's a wise investment that will pay off more than people realize. So. I don't think this thing's working. So this year, we're also on track to complete a massive number of energy deployments. So that is a gigantic increase in deployment capability. We seem to be tracking to sort of a 200 to 300% year-over-year growth in energy storage deployment and stationary pack. So it's giant. And the limiting factor really is being able to build more megapacks and build more Powerwalls. So we're ramping up production of the Powerwall 3, which is really a game changer for at the personal level. Powerwall 3, it usually takes about 3 iterations of any given technology to really, for it to be something where it's like, okay, now we're really hitting the sweet spot. So Powerwall 3 is like an epic product. The Megapack is also, I'd call it sort of iteration 2 of the Megapack is also an epic product. With the Megapack 3, which is, I don't know, probably a couple years away, we'll start actually absorbing more and more of the substation of the sort of power electronics. So I sort of think you want to get to the point with the Megapack where you can literally just take the high voltage power lines and plug them in. There's no substation. We just plug them in. Just drop them down and drop it down and plug it in. And now it works. Which is like mind blowing for the utility industry, by the way. Like they're like, what? Yeah, you just plug the wires in and it'll work. For very high voltage. So that I think is actually going to be a major. So this is anyway. So yeah, this is great. Excellent work by the energy storage team. Services and other are also looking good. So we're actually now making money on the services and other stuff. So this is a kind of a big deal. Right? Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, and Tesla's obviously way more than a car company. We do a lot of software at Tesla. About, I don't know, roughly half or a very huge percentage of the engineering we do is actually software engineering. So Tesla's, I'd say, as much a software company as it is a hardware company. This is a very big deal because car companies are not software companies normally. So this matters a lot. So things like our Orbiter software for energy storage, all of the software that controls the cars, the Megapacks, the Powerwalls, the solar, obviously for AI and full self-driving are a big deal. Insurance, service and collision. That Tesla also writes a lot of software internally that helps, that like we call like the Tesla operating system internally, that is head and shoulders above what any other company has. I think probably better than any Fortune 500 company. The Tesla internal software is just way better. So it's just far more than what people normally think of as a car company. And Tesla is also the leader in real-world AI. So there's really, this is a big deal. Like Tesla is ahead of Google, Meta, OpenAI, anyone on real-world software, actually taking in video and making decisions based on video. No one is even close. And it's getting better, I'd say, with each passing month, if not each passing week. So, yeah.
it's also worth noting that Tesla is actually pretty good at chip design. So the AI inference chip that was designed by Tesla that's in cars, we had sort of our hardware 3 AI inference cars made in over the past year have the hardware 4. We've just completed design on hardware 5, which we're now calling AI 5, because it's really is there still actually is not a chip from NVIDIA or from, and I have a lot of respect for NVIDIA, from any company that we would prefer to put in our car that is better than what we have in the car. So we started from scratch in chip design, just as we started from scratch in AI software, and have the best real-world AI software and the best AI inference chip in the world from nothing. So this is a big deal. And the capability of the chips in the car is dramatic. Like, I mean, right now, all the cars are actually training. Like we have hardware 4 run hardware 3 in emulation mode. So we'll continue to make significant progress on hardware 3, but later this year we'll actually bifurcate, continue working on hardware 3, so on training on hardware 3, but then do separate training on hardware 4. That'll be the sort of training cluster that we're building at the south side of the Gigafactory, and that'll be dedicated hardware 4 video and inference. And so the hardware 4 has cameras that have about 4 or 5 times better resolution, and depending on how you count the sort of hardware 4, it's about anywhere from 3 to 8 times better than hardware 3. So, but everything you're seeing thus far is just hardware 3, and we still have a long way to go before we reach the limits of hardware 3. So hardware 3, I think, will do amazing things, but hardware 4, I think, will probably do about 5 times better. Then hardware 5, which comes out in about 18 months or so, is 10 times more capable than hardware 4. It's like a sort of, if you know NVIDIA hardware, it's sort of a B200 class computer. That's like this. So what we'll just progressively do is improve how many nines of reliability the car gets. And then of course that will go into Optimus as well. So the same chip will go into hardware 4 will go into is an Optimus. Hardware 5, AI 5, which we're calling switching from hardware 5 to AI 5, will be in Optimus and in all cars in about 18 months. And it's really just a staggering amount of compute, and it's very power efficient compute. So it's got to be, because if you're in a mobile application like a humanoid robot or a car, you can't just be sucking down 10 kilowatts, like you can in a data center. So you've got to be very power efficient. So the sort of hardware 3 and 4 are only a few hundred watts. Yeah, this is hard. Now, hardware 5 will be able to go probably up to about 700 or 800 watts, but it'll power fluctuate contingent upon the complexity of the scene that it is in. So if it is in a parking lot stationary, it's like don't have to think very much. Just like a person, like if you're in a complicated traffic scenario, you've got to think a lot more than if you're just cruising along, on an empty road. But something that I think is potentially interesting down the road is, like at some point, the Tesla fleet, I think, will probably be, over 100 million vehicles. And if each vehicle has a kilowatt of efficient inference compute, I think there's an sort of an Amazon Web Services, AWS type opportunity, because if you've got 100 million vehicles with a kilowatt of efficient inference compute, you've got 100 gigawatts of compute. Like 100 gigawatts of compute is a lot, and it's distributed all over the world. So when the car is not in autonomous mode, which I think probably is, or doing robotaxi work maybe 50, 60 hours a week, but about 100 hours a week, it's not, it's probably stationary. So there's 100 hours of 100 gigawatts of inference compute, which I think we should use. Why not? When people looked at Amazon, which started out obviously as an online bookseller, and it's on, has grown to be like this incredible place where you can buy anything, and then Amazon Web Services, like, well, they got all these computers that only really see peak usage sometimes, but what are they going to do when it's not peak usage? And sometimes the Amazon servers are down like 10%. So that's when they said, well, let's do Amazon Web Services. And then Amazon Web Services became more valuable than the entire rest of Amazon. And I think there's some kind of opportunity there that's pretty significant for Tesla down the road. Again, that's really, nobody's really factoring that in. But I think that actually will be quite significant. We also are no longer compute constrained for training. I check in with the team. Is there anything we could do to improve the pace of progress with respect to training and inference? And currently, that is not the limiting factor. In fact, the limiting factor right now is that the amount of miles between interventions is so long that it takes quite a while to figure out which version is better than the other version, because none of them are requiring any interventions. So it's like, if you start getting to like thousands of miles between interventions, or you're like 10,000 miles to get an intervention, then the average person only drives about 10,000 miles in a year. And if it's in an urban environment, and the average speed is 20 miles an hour, so our professional test drivers get pretty bored, frankly. They're like, okay, I drove all week and there was no intervention. Like the highlight of the week would be like, yes, an intervention, finally. It's like getting to that point. So this is where actually having a giant fleet is extremely important, because we can deploy a new FSD model and run it in shadow mode and see how well it performs. Compare how the human drives the car versus the new self-driving build, and then analyze that delta in shadow mode, like the shadow knows, or doesn't know, as the case may be, and then be able to assess by getting billions of miles very quickly with the giant fleet. Like that, basically, that data engine is incredibly helpful. Actually, it's not possible to solve the self-driving problem without having millions of vehicles on the road. So that's actually is like figuring out clever ways to test how good the next FSD build is actually the limiting factor right now. And then of course, like I said, we are building another training data center right here, which will be dedicated to Hardware 4 training. So we'll bifurcate Hardware 3 and Hardware 4 training later this year. We'll keep improving Hardware 3, but we're going to uncork the full capability of Hardware 4 as well. So, yeah. And I think most people here have tried out version 12. We did say unsupervised full self-driving would be version 12. So we are actually just keeping the version arbitrarily at 12, and then calling it 12.4, 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. But it's actually really like version 13, version 14. But anyway, this is an arbitrary designation. So 12.4 is actually like a whole different version than 12.3, and 12.5 is a whole different version, 12.4. So you'll see really giant improvements, I think sometimes factor of 10 improvements between successive versions. And then, as I mentioned, the way it'll work for the existing fleet is you'll be able to add or subtract your car to the fleet as you'd like. And there will also be Tesla-owned cars. So it'll be a combination of like Uber plus Airbnb. But it'll be pretty wild that there'll be a software update, and then the whole fleet suddenly becomes accessible. It's like suddenly you've got 7 million, 10 million cars that can, ultimately tens of millions of cars that can do autonomous driving, and instead of being used 10 hours a week, it can be used 50 or 60 hours a week. So it's pretty wild to just be in Palo Alto with a bunch of cubes, and then a humanoid robot just walks past. We've made a massive amount of progress with Optimus in a short period of time, from someone pretending to be a robot dancing in a suit, to a pretty hodgepodgey robot, to a robot that is actually doing useful tasks in the factory today. So we have 2 Optimus robots in our Fremont factory that are doing basically this task, which is taking cells off the end of the line and placing them in a shipping container. And yeah, we actually have quite a few of these cruising around our offices in Palo Alto. So there's, and I think we've got kind of like one major hardware revision, which should be done by end of this year or early next, and then we'll move into a limited production next year of Optimus, limited production for use in our factories, where we'll test out the product, kind of, as I say, sort of eat our own dog food or whatever the electronic equivalent of that is. But I think like next year, my prediction is next year we'll have over 1,000, maybe a few thousand Optimus robots working at Tesla. And things are going to scale up very rapidly from there. So we'll iron out the bugs. Like the degree of autonomy will be radically better. You'll just literally be able to talk to it and say, please do this task, or I'm going to show you something. Now do the thing that I'm showing you. Get to the point where it can watch a video of something like a person and then learn just by looking at that video and do that task. So yeah. So really it's going to be quite something. And I'm confident of the prediction that there will be more, like the ratio of humanoid robots to humans will be greater than 1-to-1. So that there'll be, more than 10 billion humanoid robots in the world, probably 20 or more. And Tesla is going to be by far the leader in that. You're seeing a lot of robot startups, but I think it's actually very challenging to do Optimus as a robot startup, because what we found, to make Optimus work, we've had to design from first principles, from scratch, every part of the robot. So the motor, the gearbox, the sensors, the power electronics, the communication system, everything had to be done from scratch. We found that there's basically nothing, there's no supply chain. So even though there are many electric motors made in the world, there's no supply chain for the types of motors and sensors and gearboxes that are needed for a humanoid robot. And what you're seeing here is our current generation hand and arm, but our next gen, which has 11 degrees of freedom, our next generation has 22 degrees of freedom. It will be able to play the piano. So it's really like, wow. Now, of course, like I said, we need to make sure we don't have the Terminator scenario. That's very important. So, safety of the humanoid robot will be very important. But because it requires so much ground-up design, designing every motor, gearbox, sensor, power electronics from scratch, it's very hard for a startup to, if not impossible, for a startup to replicate that. But at Tesla, we have the world's best electrical engineering. I think we've got the world's best mechanical engineering for gearboxes and for electric motors, power electronics. So we have the resources to do that. It applies quite well. And then you also have to have the brain. You need a power efficient inference computer, which we've got for the car, and we'll be using an Optimus. You need AI. You need to be the best in real world AI, and Tesla's the best in real world AI. So you need all of these. You need a very strong hand of cards in order to make a compelling robot. And then you also need to be very good at scale manufacturing. So in order to have the robot not cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in order to make it cost like $10,000 or $20,000, you actually need to design for manufacturing and be very good at manufacturing. And in my experience, prototypes are easy compared to volume manufacturing. Prototypes are easy, production is hard, relatively speaking. So Tesla has the production capability, it has the engineering capability, and it has the AI hardware and software capability. And even the most optimistic estimates that I've seen for Optimus, the optimist, I think undercount the magnitude of what this robot will be able to do. As I said at the beginning of the presentation, I agree with the Ark-Invest analysis that autonomous transport is called sort of a $5 to $7 trillion market cap situation. Optimus, I think, is a 25, literally $25 trillion market cap situation. So. Now, I don't want to trivialize what's necessary to get there. I mean, it's an immense amount of work that is required to get there, like super difficult. But we are moving very fast down that road. We're going to make it happen. So, thank you. I guess with that, we can go to Q&A. Sorry? Yeah. I guess we've got mics lined up. Dive for the mic.
Hey, Elon. Last year, I thanked you for making the world a better place for my son to live in. And I wasn't clear. In particular, I was referring to what you've done for the First Amendment and our rights.
Thank you.
History will not forget it, and the sacrifices you made and the risks you took will pay off and have paid off.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I very much appreciate that. I think you have to say, like, why was the First Amendment so important? Is because, people came here from places where if they spoke their mind, they'd be put in prison or killed, or just shut out from society, ostracized. So freedom of speech is absolutely fundamental to a good future. And yeah, that's the reason for, acquiring Twitter and trying to, just making it a free speech platform. I think it was like, I think very important to just the future of civilization. So, thank you.
Hey, Elon. My name's Ronnie. I'm on your right side. How's it going? Hey. I work for Tesla sales in Orland Park, Illinois. And I was always wondering, do you think Tesla could ever move forward towards bundling software as like a package to, possibly increase take rate for FSD, maybe bundle it with premium connectivity and future software options?
I think we definitely want to encourage people to try FSD. And one of the things that sort of, I think probably makes sense is that when we have a significant improvement, every time we have a significant improvement in FSD, give people, give all customers like a 2-week free trial. So like, hey, we've made an improvement to FSD, try it for another 2 weeks. With 12.4, we finally get rid of the steering wheel nag, which I know is driving people crazy. Yeah. Thank heaven for small mercies. Even just something like that, not having the steering wheel nag, and obviously having a far lower intervention count, like far more miles between interventions. So I think I think keep sort of offering people free trials of FSD every time we make a significant improvement. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. it's when you hear the speakers, you're like, ears don't work.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
2 questions actually. First, after $56 billion, you can afford to probably take your kids to Disneyland now. Is that where you're going?
Well, I mean, by the way, it is worth emphasizing that it's Tesla stock that I have to own for 5 years. So, it's not possible to it's not actually cash, and I can't cut and run, nor would I want to. I've actually been to Disneyland, Disney World many times with kids. It's a little tough for me to go these days without causing a ruckus. Maybe I should just wear a Mickey Mouse outfit and just go and, pretend I'm like one of the people.
So as we work on autonomy and we're getting to that threshold where things are getting to a seriously advanced level, eventually there are going to be some harsh consequences, part of breaking through, right? And I'm just curious where your mind is at on that, and have you thought about, some of those early consequences that we're unfortunately going to have in order to have a better, safer future? I'm just wondering.
You mean like scary robots or what?
No, in the cars with full self-driving. And
okay.
Like we've seen some companies that there's been some unfortunate mishaps, and they've just straight up like closed shop, and I know that's not the plan, but those are real consequences of developing this technology, and I'm just wondering where your mind is at on that.
Yeah, well, we do try to be very careful with the deployment of FSD, and we do have a lot of cars. So what, inevitably, when there are a lot of cars and you've got billions of miles, you do have the law of large numbers, where there's a small chance of something bad happening, but when you look at the sort of safety per mile, because we've got a lot of miles, it's very clear that the safety per mile is better than human driving. So when we can show that to regulators and obviously make our case to the public and say actually, human driving is not perfect. There's a person killed roughly every 80 million miles. So like 35, 40,000 people are killed every year in the US from auto accidents. What matters is are we making that number smaller? And as long as we're making that number smaller, we're doing the right thing. Thank you.
Hey, Elon, this is Bikash. I have one question.
Sure.
So we know
Yeah.
we love you all. We love from our bottom of the heart. And we love you so much, Elon.
Thank you.
My question
Love you
is, we all know Tesla will be the most valuable company in the world one day.
Yeah.
We just want to know if you have any prediction when, and what is the inflection point. When we can say this is the inflection point, is it solving the FSD, or is it like Optimus on ground will be the point from your perspective?
Well, as I mentioned before, I think it's worth looking at the you know, the ARK Invest analysis, I think that is the most accurate analysis. Their prediction is, I think, $5 to $7 trillion by 2029 market cap. So more than 10 times what things are today in 5 years. I think that is accurate.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Elon.
Hey.
Hey, huge fan, and I think history will show that you've had a profound impact on humanity. So I think that's just given. And just a couple of questions, I guess. I fixed my Tesla addiction by putting cars on Turo, and I found that about half my renters, the first time they're driving a Tesla, and then the other half really want to buy one after they've tried it out. So I guess a couple of questions. When could we expect maybe the referral program to come back, if it would come back? And
Sure.
could we also get a passenger van, like a 12-passenger van, sometime soonish?
I'll add that to my list. So the referral program, I think we'll re-examine the referral program probably next quarter, it is very important to sort of look at what is the fully considered cost of a Tesla. So if with the referral program, it effectively increases the price of the car. So, is the price increase, what is better for the end customer? A slight price increase because of the referral program or not? But I think we'll re-examine that, I think, in next quarter and see if it makes sense. I think some kind of referral program does make sense. But I think for a lot of people, by far the biggest thing we see is that people just can't afford the car. That's the biggest thing. That's the limiter on demand. You can imagine in the limit if there was, say, an 18, if Model Y cost less than $20,000, it would sell probably 5 million units. It'd be insane. So now that's not feasible, today, but I think working on figuring out ways to make more affordable vehicles is really the game changer. For most people, it is really not a question of whether they want a Tesla. They do want a Tesla. They simply do not have enough money to afford one. So we have to make it affordable. That's essential. Thank you.
Hey, Elon. I just want to introduce myself. My name's Hamza. First off, thank you for introducing me to Anurbeck. He and I are now close thanks to you. And I moved to Austin thanks to you. So my question is basically for FSD transfer, I think that should be something that should be ongoing. I think not only on the benefit of you for getting more people on the fleet and getting statistics and info, but also as Tesla owners, it makes us want to get the next model and transfer over. For instance, the thing that's been holding me back is wanting to wait for the FSD transfer again. So is there a reason why you haven't implemented that for ongoing time?
It is pretty complex for us to do this. It sort of adds a fair bit of complexity to the sales process. Yeah, and it is tough because we've got to earn revenue somehow. So, transfer is tough. But sorry? One more quarter. Okay, one more quarter. All right. You got it. One more quarter. All right. So we're in. All right.
Oh, Elon, thank you for hosting us. If you can see me, I'm trembling uncontrollably. I really look up to you, shareholder, consumer. Tripled my humble, tiny little portion of your shares the last 2 days, just being engaged, knowing we're coming here, and appreciate you hosting up shareholders, and it just means so much to us.
You're welcome.
You're an absolute idol. This question comes because I care about you as a human being, but in the context of being a shareholder, unlocking these values of Optimus We need you. And just with all the global uncertainty, you're so high profile. Just want to make sure you're doing everything to take care of yourself, safety, and health for the future of the company. I say that because I care about you as a person, but since this is a shareholder meeting, in the spirit of shareholder value.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the kind sentiments. Yeah, I think I probably need to like work out and you know, and like not get assassinated or something, you know. I mean, it is getting a little crazy these days. You know, like to first approximation, the probability that a homicidal maniac will try to kill you is proportionate to how many homicidal maniacs hear your name. Okay. So they hear my name a lot. I'm like, okay, I'm on the list, you know. So yeah, so we actually did have 2 homicidal maniacs in the last roughly 7 months come to aspirationally try to kill me and a bunch of other people. So it's not just me. And there wasn't like an actual issue that they articulated. They were just, you know, in the homicidal maniac career. So, so I do need to be kind of careful. It does, which is not great because it like forces me to be a bit more sort of standoffish, you know, and you know, like so now like I've like stopped signing things because just you know something because like that'll be a sure way to like homicidal maniac. I'll just have to sign something and then shoot him, type of thing. So then I you know I have to be like more standoffish and stuff, which I prefer not to be, but it seems wise. Like think of like John Lennon, who was like singing about like, hey, can't we all just be nice to each other? And then he got shot, you know, by one of his fans. You're like, okay, that's not, we'll try to avoid that. So anyway, I appreciate the kind sentiments. I will endeavor to stay alive and keep and keep, yeah. So, all right.
Hi, Elon. I was reading an article the other day. Is Tesla still have somewhere in the product timeline a home HVAC system in the works?
A home interact system. We do not have a home interact system that I'm aware of. No, we do not one.
HVAC system.
Oh, HVAC. Oh, yeah. HVAC. Yeah, sure. Yeah, in the list of things that would be like more useful than, or like it would be nice to do would be a great HVAC system that is very power efficient, you know, has like a built-in HEPA filter, and like take a lot of the things that we've learned in the car and apply that to home HVAC. Because I actually, maybe there is a great home HVAC system out there, but I haven't found it, which is pretty wild. And just building in the filtration system and, you know, being able to sort of maybe also control humidity somewhat and, like I said, be super efficient and quiet, which are all things that we do in the car. That would be a pretty sweet thing to do. You know, maybe we can combine that with the Powerwall or something. On the list of things to do, that is not super high, but it would be cool to do that one day.
Hi, Elon. This is Sandeep. I just want to thank you for making the Cybertruck.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, kids
Yeah.
love it. Really,
Yeah,
my
kids
4
love
and
it.
6-year-old, they love it.
Exactly. That's what I say. Kids, it's like amazing. It's like
I went to Disney last week. Nobody looks at Disney. Everybody looks at Cybertruck.
yeah.
There's a funny story, if you may allow. So we were preparing my daughter. We went to Destin, and then from there we were driving to Disney, and then we were preparing my daughter to. She's 4 years to just get used to the lines, and you have to have a lot of patience to get in the line. And she's like, Dada, why don't we just say we'll show you our Cybertruck and then we'll cut the lines? I mean, she got used to it because we were
Sure.
driving superchargers and then everybody was coming over, taking pictures.
Sure.
It's a funny story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have a request. Would you allow 6-year-old to tour the factory maybe someday in the future? Right now it's capped at 12 years.
Okay.
Even though we have referral rewards, it's capped at 12 years. Would you allow the kids
Yeah.
to tour the factory? Maybe they can see the robots.
Sure.
If we make an event or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we could have like a, like, we're just like worried about kid safety and stuff, you know, in case kid like goes running off into like the robot cell or something. But yeah, we could, I think, lower the, maybe have like a more limited tour that's, you know, enables younger kids to go. Sure, we'll do that. All right. See. Yeah, okay.
Donald Trump has been a big critic of electric vehicles. But last week, he surprised us by saying he's a big fan of Tesla and a big fan of you.
Yeah.
What did you tell him?
Well, you know, I can be persuasive. So, yeah. Actually, I don't exactly know why he. This is a good question. I mean, you know, I have had some conversations with him, and he does call me out of the blue for no reason. I don't know why, but he does, and it's like he's very nice when he calls, and you know, and I was like, you know, electric cars I think are pretty good for the future. America's the leader in electric cars. You know, buy America and stuff, and oh, and I think he actually, a lot of his friends now have Teslas, and they will love it. And he's a huge fan of the Cybertruck. So I think those may be contributing factors. You know? So.
Hey, Elon, on your right.
Sorry, yeah.
My name's Keanu, a longtime fan of your like brand and company and everything. I'm wondering, when you take the driver out of the seat for the driverless car, how do you plan to handle interventions, which I'm sure will happen at some rate, even if they're rare?
Yeah, so I mean, clearly we want to make sure that if there's no driver in the car, the probability of a severe intervention is extremely low. We want to make sure that the car is extremely cautious around vulnerable road users like cyclists or pedestrians. So really, we'd want the probability of hurting as a pedestrian or cyclist to be incredibly low, like way lower than someone driving a car. Now, then there are interventions that happen where the car is simply like, I don't know, gets stuck down a one-way street where with a like crazy construction situation. But in which case it'll basically phone home and say, "Help! I'm stuck." And then I think we could probably solve a lot of these things just by, remoting into the car and kind of like steering it like a giant RC car. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I think we'll do. Thank you.
Hey, Elon, Anwar Bek from Kazakhstan. Thanks for installing superchargers. I just want to acknowledge Tesla, Boomer Mama, and Sawyer Merritt for all the efforts that they organized.
Yeah.
There's a after party to celebrate at Luster Pearl East. If you guys want to come and celebrate all the efforts for the community. Congratulations, Elon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for hosting today, Elon. It's about 4 years since you did Battery Day and drew out those very ambitious targets of getting to a terawatt hour of batteries. And earlier in your presentation, you alluded to the great difficulty of scaling up this new technology. I think as shareholders, we're most interested. Can you tell us a little bit more? Because in terms of affordability, which you also mentioned as this huge burden, these 4680s get manufacturing credits and also on the consumer side get large credits as well. If you could scale that so that we could produce full level of Cybertrucks and also start to put them back in the Y and the 3, potentially it would greatly improve affordability and be great in terms of scale.
Sure. So achieving affordability is actually, at this point, more about the rest of the car than it is actually about the battery pack. So the price per kilowatt hour of cells from suppliers has dropped dramatically. So there was a massive spike for a few years in the cost of lithium-ion cells from suppliers because every car manufacturer put in gigantic orders for battery packs, like giant orders. So the price of lithium and like all the raw materials and the battery cells went crazy. It doubled. Like the price of cells doubled. Price of lithium, I think, went up at almost like fivefold or like 500%. Like went up crazy numbers. So since then, the demand, like suppliers, battery cell suppliers, have increased their supply, and the orders from other car manufacturers have declined. So I mean, it is worth noting that it's tough sledding out there for EVs. You know, GM announced, I think, a 50% reduction recently in their EVs. Ford announced reductions. I think almost every manufacturer has announced reductions in their electric vehicle plans. Now Tesla, we're going to increase, but it is not an easy market. But to get the cost of the car down, it's really the battery pack is a piece of the puzzle, but it's really everything else too. So I really would describe like we're making a car more affordable. It's like Game of Thrones, but pennies. Game of pennies. So there's, quote to first approximation, 10,000 unique items in a car, and if each one costs $5, or then you've got a $50,000 car. So to actually get the cost of the car down, you've got to chisel away pennies, and to get the 10,000 items to be, $3 instead of $5. That's kind of what it amounts to. Now, with respect to our own cell production, we do see a path to cost parity by the end of this year. A very difficult path to cost parity. Currently, our 4680s cost more than our suppliers. Now, they cost more than the suppliers today, but they cost less than the suppliers a year ago. So, like there's a bit of a feast-famine thing with battery cell supply. It's kind of like for DRAM chips. Like the DRAM industry goes from like, oversupply to undersupply. The price of DRAM changes like crazy. It's kind of like that for cells. But we expect to achieve cost parity with even the much lower supplier cell price today by the end of the year. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Musk. I've been a long-term investor since 2012.
Great. Wow.
And I
That's
voted
awesome.
for your compensation package in 2018 and again
Thank you.
this year. And shout out to Tesla Boomer Mama, Alexandra. I had the privilege to talk to you in 2013 briefly, and you spoke about the truck, which became the Cybertruck. You're a man of your word. I have friends all over the world in Asia, Canada, and Europe, and I know the Cybertruck's been on tour. How's been the reception for the Cybertruck, and when will it be, or is it possible to sell, and when will it be sold internationally?
Yeah, so I think probably, we might be able to certify it for other markets sometime next year. But like for sure this year, it's just North America. We did design the car to North American requirements because if you start going with the superset of all international requirements, it forces a lot of constraints on Cybertruck that would make the product frankly worse. So I think we'll need to make a special version that is, for example, China compliant or Europe compliant. But it really doesn't make sense to add that complexity until we've achieved higher volume production on the Cybertruck. There's still a lot of work to do on cost down for the Cybertruck. I generally would say like the level of difficulty of going from, say, prototype, you go from prototype to production, it's 100 times harder to go from prototype to production is 100 times harder. And then once you reach production, to improve the price by 20%, or the cost of goods by 20%, is harder than reaching production in the first place. Like, it's mega pain. It's like, and to be frank, it's not the funnest job in the world, you know. Like chiseling pennies is not, it's like washing the dishes, frankly. Like wash a lot of dishes here. Like it's super fun to make prototypes. That's really fun, and it's kind of cool to get, it's pretty cool to get the production going. Then the cost grind is a grind. That is like, it's hard work. There's some reward to it. Like there's sort of a reward to washing the dishes, I guess. You have clean dishes, but that is a tough. So that's real hard work.
I just have to say that there's been a really big reception. Like I have friends that message me and said they love the Cybertruck design, and it's definitely a head turner. So.
Oh yeah, I think from a demand standpoint, we would have plenty of demand in other parts of the world for Cybertruck, no question. Like wherever it goes, anywhere in the world, it gets a massive crowd. So it's not a demand thing. It's really, we've got to reach volume production, go through the cost grind. It would be difficult for me to overstate the difficulty in the cost grind. It's really intense. And then we've got to recertify the car, which includes making some design changes to be compliant in other markets. All right.
Good afternoon, Elon.
Hey.
I like your shoes. I don't know if everybody else can see them.
Yeah, Cybertruck.
Out there. Cybertruck, yeah. My question was in regards to the Foundation series. Do you guys have a certain number that you are planning on making, or a timeline of when the non-Foundation series are going to come out?
Yeah, we'll start making we'll end the Foundation series actually pretty soon, and the non-Foundation series sometime next quarter. Yeah.
Hi, Elon. Thank you for delivering shareholder value, and congrats on your pay package.
Thank you.
And I'm Michael. I ask a lot of questions on the quarterly investor calls. And I wanted to ask you, can you give me a little bit more color on the neural net scaling laws that you're seeing as you're training FSD? Like how much data, how much more inference compute, how much more training compute do you need for each successive 9 in reliability of the full self-driving software? And how much data are you currently collecting? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, that's something that we go through really every week at Tesla. I spend a lot of time with the Tesla AI team, and I think probably like a huge portion of. I mean, it's really like a big part of my job is like, okay, we need to get the car to drive itself. Yeah, you need to solve things on a chip level for inference, for training, for software. There's also massive data storage challenges because you got petabytes of video coming in, and even for a big NVIDIA cluster, it's actually really hard to make a big NVIDIA cluster actually work in training. It doesn't just open the box and plug it in. It's not like that at all. It's like massive effort required to get a big training cluster to operate at all, and then operate with high uptime. So, I mean, with respect to like the various versions that we're seeing, like you go from version 12.3, like if you just ignore the 12 and think of it like 3, 4, 5, 6, that's actually the way to think about it. Ignore the 12 part and just call it like version 3, version 4, version 5. That's version 6. That's how to think about it. Between each one, there's anywhere from, I don't know, a minimum of a doubling of improvement to, in some cases, I think a 5 to 10-fold improvement. Especially as we eliminate sort of, say, I think we're close to eliminating almost all static object collisions. So, like curves and medians, and like we're pretty close to having almost zero static object collisions. So once you get to zero static that now you have a gigantic improvement in miles between intervention. Then you get into classes of dynamic objects that are different classes, and different things can get obviously very complicated if you've got a complex intersection with traffic lights all over the place, and like somebody bumped the one traffic light and now it's pointing in the wrong direction, or the traffic light's broken, and there's someone who is not obeying the traffic laws because they're just running a red, or they got confused about the traffic light. So you get into these very complex situations that are much harder to solve. So, and then, like as I was saying earlier, it actually gets, as the system gets better, it gets harder to figure out which AI model is better. Because now, like, okay, it's thousands of miles between intervention. How do we, as quickly as possible, figure out which AI model is better? And when you make these different AI models, they're obviously not like super deterministic. So you can have a new model that eliminates one problem, but creates another problem. So we're trying to solve this by a combination of simulation, uploading models, having them run in shadow mode. So it's actually kind of helpful that not everyone has full self-driving, because we can see, we can run it in shadow mode and see what would this new model have done compared to what the user did. So since we've got millions of cars that we can do this with, that gives us a delta between what the AI model predicted would do and the user would do. And if you kind of sum up the errors between them, you can see, oh, there was a bigger error stack from this model versus that model when you uploaded them into, we each uploaded them into 100,000 cars. But that's the biggest limiter right now. It's not training, it's not data, it's actually testing the AI models. And then figuring out clever ways to figure out if a new model is better or not. Like we know, like there are sort of particular intersections that are difficult. And so if we just, like all the models will be great at like driving on a well-painted road with no intersection. They'll all be great at that. But will they be great at the complicated? So we've identified several thousand intersections in the United States where we'll actually take the new model and try the car in those very difficult intersections, like the sort of the famous like Chuck's left turn. Yeah. So if you imagine Chuck's left turn, hey Chuck. I wonder what the neighbors think. But there's many such complicated traffic situations in the country. So we've identified several thousand, which we then send cars to those locations to compare the models. And then as I mentioned, we have yet to uncork any of the ability of hardware 4, which we'll do later this year. So I think the exponential rate of improvement of miles between intervention will continue and will accelerate. Yeah. So.
Hey, Elon. I was wondering if, as you've called a Tesla basically a robot with wheels, and so I'm wondering, kind of as that logic transfers over to Optimus, what kind of will Tesla use any large language models on top of the current Tesla robotics capabilities, and also if so, will Optimus have any kind of personality? And would that be something that the end user might be able to have control over?
Yes to all of those questions. Yes to all. So, like, we're headed for a wild future. I mean, wild, wild, wild.
you know, cars will drive themselves. People will have super helpful humanoid help robots. And yeah, you'll be able to customize the personality, customize the voice. And really kind of the robot will kind of get to know you as well and know your preferences. You won't even have to say things because it'll just kind of understand you. I think it will get to this point where it's like, it'll be odd not to have a robot buddy. Like, you know, sort of not to have your C3PO and, you know, R2D2. So, yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Elon. Max here, huge fan. Thank you for hosting us. I wanted to ask you, how much integration work do you think will be needed to deploy Optimus into different types of factories, industries? Like, would you need technicians or just have them go watch? And like, how do you foresee that?
Well, I think if you fast forward a few years, it really will be quite a generalized robot. Like, say 2 years from now, like next year like this year it's still quite specific. You know, task specific training. So to do a particular task, we have to kind of do a fair bit of training to solve that task. But over time, I think you sort of accumulate these kind of training primitives where, like, calling like walking, for example, is a training primitive. Picking something, identifying an object and grabbing it would be a primitive. And these primitives are then generalized to anything. So you could say, pick up a cup, pick up a shirt, fold the shirt. These things will generalize, I think, quite quickly. So I expect, probably not next year, but like in 2026, it's really the kind of thing where you could tell it to do kind of a wide range of tasks, including tasks where it has not specifically done that exact thing before, probably in, I'm guessing, 2026. So, sure.
And do you foresee a cheaper version where tasks don't require like walking, for example, or so the hardware will become a lot simpler or cheaper?
Well, we're going to focus on making just a fantastic humanoid robot at scale, and really achieving scale economies and building that humanoid robot. At very high volume, if you're really good at manufacturing, you can get the cost of almost anything down to its constituent elements. Essentially, the weight, and if you just look at the weight of the raw materials times the value of those raw materials, excluding circuit boards, you really can say, like, if it weighs less, it's going to cost less. What I'm saying is that it's better for us to achieve very high volume with Optimus than to have a wide range of robots that have lower volume. Yeah. All right. Hi. There? Okay.
One of the best things about the recertifying of your compensation package was listening to all the positive feedback of current and former employees to what you have contributed to Tesla. In the unfortunate event that you're hit by a car not full self-driving, can you take a few minutes or a few seconds and brag on your board and the rest of your leadership to assure us that even without you, Tesla has an incredible future at $30 trillion?
Well, I think Tesla has a good future without me. I think I'm a helpful accelerant to that future. And for technology, it matters if you're ahead or not ahead a lot. So the rate of, like, what matters is not innovation, but the rate of innovation. Can you do in 1 year what other companies do in 2 years or 3 years? So, like, probably
biggest, most helpful thing is innovation accelerant. Because given enough time, the various startups that are doing humanoid robots will eventually succeed. One of them will. So what really matters is, can we be much faster than everyone else? Can our product be done a few years ahead before theirs and be better? Because if that's not the case, then they will achieve the valuation and not Tesla. They will make the valuable product, not Tesla. So, that's where I think I'm probably most useful, is accelerating the pace of technology and innovation and getting to scale. Yeah. That's it mostly. But I am very much heartened by and appreciate the support of current and former Tesla employees, Tesla board, and all you guys for helping out. My heart goes out to you.
Hi, Elon. Jessica, or my name is Jessica, and I have lived full-time RV for about 3 years in South Texas.
Okay.
And I just wanted to thank you for your Starship, or for the Starship program and everything you're doing there. In addition to Tesla.
Do you work at SpaceX or something?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you live in an RV in South Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. And in my RV park, they don't allow car camping for Teslas or electric vehicles at all, if you're not pulling a trailer. And I feel that there's a huge opportunity there, but also for example, people who are coming into town for Starship launches in Teslas, if they could park somewhere overnight and trickle charge.
Okay.
And maybe have access to, bathroom facility or just something simple like that.
Okay.
Just something I wanted to just put forward, because I know that a lot of people come into the park and are disappointed they can't stay. So
Okay, got it.
just a thought.
All right. I'll inquire and see if there's maybe some place that would allow people to stay in their cars, which in a Tesla you really can often stay quite comfortably in a car. And charge. All right, thanks. All right, I think so. This will have to be the last question, I think, or maybe last two. Yeah. All right. So last two questions, you and you two guys. And
hey, Elon, my name is Steven. I'm truly thankful for all you've done for humanity, and watching your companies and what you've done has been the most exciting, hope-inspiring movie that there's ever been. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
Thank you. And my question today is about lithium refining. In the past, you stated that would be a limiting factor in the future. And I know Tesla has built the refinery in Texas. I was just kind of curious your current opinion about the refining. Do you think there's enough capacity coming online, or will Tesla need to expand past Texas in that regard?
There's enough lithium refining if you count China. If there's a geopolitical challenge on that front, then there may be a shortage of lithium. But China's very good at refining. So, but I think just Tesla figuring out lithium refining, understanding what it takes, and then, once we understand how it works, then we can scale it up from there. And that, I think it's pretty important to, be careful with geopolitical risk, and just make sure that if in a worst case situation, that Tesla is okay. All right, thank you. This is the last question.
Hi, Elon. Thank you. Congratulations for yet another big win. I'm Nikhil. I'm based out of Silicon Valley. And as you mentioned on FSD awareness and giving people rights, because most people, unless they really experience it, they don't quite know how safe it is becoming and how convenient it is becoming. So I built TesMe company. It's a platform for Tesla owners to offer learning experiences, FSD. And we would love to explore how we can help scale with your support and guidance. We'd love to have a follow-up conversation to discuss more details with you, how we can work together. Thank you.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, sure. Okay. Sure. You really want to ask a question?
Follow up, please.
I'm not sure how to answer that question exactly. But I mean, we are focused on improving FSD for sure. And I think the adoption will be widespread. Like when it is really working insanely well, and it's driving like a 5-star Uber driver, I think adoption will be very, very quick. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
I indeed have a really good suggestion.
Okay, what's the suggestion? Sure.
I shared this suggestion with one of your FST team, but I don't know whether it reached you or not. Basically, as FST keep on improving, we are not quite sure at what rate it will be improving the much of lines. So so a lot of skepticism remains as to when you can exactly operate the robot taxi. So it occurred to me that in between supervised FSD and robot taxi, there is something intermediate stage that's commercializable, which is what I would call a robot rental car. Okay, the idea is that you would people would go to your platform to order a rental car, and you would deliver that overnight to the front of their driveway, and then so the only time that that car will be driving without a person is at night with nobody, and you can take as long as you want, and you drop in the front of the car, and after that it's supervised. So that will get you to a commercialization much sooner, much more guaranteed. So that's my suggestion.
All right. Well, I appreciate the thought. I think, like I said, it's the progress in FSD will be really amazing. You'll see with each successive version. Like I said, the best way to think of FSD, ignore the 12, just think of the point number. We're going from version 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, and you'll see just radical improvements with each successive version. You know, and I mean, if current trend continues, it's going to be like you will really find that you don't intervene in the course of a year type of thing. So even in complex situations. Anyway, with that, thank you very much for your support. So thanks, guys. All right.
All right, I'm turning on my mic, guys. I'll just turn this off. Oh my goodness, that was funny. oh, what the hell is this? What's this? Hold on. Coming soon. Yo. Okay, that was nice. That was a good ending. Is that it? Is that the only Easter egg that we got? Is that the only Easter egg that we got? Come on now, don't be shy, Tesla. Let us know. That's it. Tesla just dropped.
Saturday, June 22nd.
What the hell is that? What am I doing? Oh no! All right, I gotta remove that. Okay, I was just writing something on X. Let me just write this, and then I'll just get back to you guys. 1 second. Dropped a robo taxi app Easter egg. Let's go. Okay. All right. My attention is here now. So, okay, that ending was funny as hell. Where's that stream? This guy. Oh man, that was the funniest ending ever. The guy tried to sell some stuff to Elon. Oh my god. That was funny as hell. Oh my god. Okay, if you missed it, I know you're watching live stream on X. Oh, okay, I'm not too sure. Can you scroll back a little bit? If you can scroll back a little bit, you can see it. But yeah, that was cool. Robo Taxi Easter egg app. That was pretty cool. So, man, there's a lot of points to get through. Oh my goodness, actually a lot of points to get through. But some of the things that he said that stuck with me is nothing by order. He approved of semis, volume production, so that's sick. He talked about robotaxi being 5 to 10 trillion, which makes sense around there. But I do think it can scale even higher than that, depending. I mean, if this goes worldwide, robotaxi worldwide, it can go much higher than that. But 5 to 10 trillion to end decade, yeah, I can see that. Optimus, which I don't understand, he's saying it could be as high as 20 trillion. Then he said 30 trillion. Then he came back to 25 trillion. So it's up there, but still, that's something that we don't know how that's going to play out. He did say that end of next year, or by next year, there's going to be 1,000 bots working in factories. And from, I think he said at the moment they're working, up scaling to 1,000. That's what, over a 300x, 333x madness, crazy madness. So the scale is there. The scale is absolutely there. He also said some other stuff. Oh, the compact car. Let me go ahead and compact car. He did say, I think this is it right here. Yeah. So the compact car, you guys can see here, three new models. This is confirmed. So let's say this one right here is like the compact car, right? Let's say this one at the far left is the robotaxi, and this one is the minivan or a crossover or something like that. So this was nice to hear that it's coming. Let's see, what else did he say that was, I mean, there's a lot. I have to go back and just make a whole, I'll definitely make a separate video of this on, the bombshells that he dropped, because there were some nice bombshells that he dropped. Some other small stuff like, the biggest one, well, not the biggest one, but one of the big ones that I think is that some guy asked him that, hey man, if you die tomorrow, in a nice way, if you die tomorrow, what's gonna happen to Tesla? And he said that, no, Tesla will continue to do what they're doing, but it won't be as fast. They won't take the first market share with bots and stuff. So that was one thing that he said. That was pretty interesting. The rest of the questions, the guy was asking about Disney, man. Like, come on, this is a shareholders meeting. The guy doesn't want, like, I don't know. Some of these questions were just straight up freaking, waste of time and just not productive at all. And when you get these opportunities once a year, you want to ask actually good questions, not Disney questions. You know what I mean? Sorry, that was just painful and just dumb. But other than that, there's a lot of stuff that he did, a lot of stuff that he said. But these were the main things that, like the big ones that I can think of right now: the Optimus, the robotaxis. Entering markets that they've never been. As you guys already know, Tesla is only available in like 45 countries out of 197 countries. I mean, I'm in Kuwait here. There's no Teslas here. He said that they're going to impact they're going to enter it, enter new countries, new markets. So, hey man, here's the thing: if I could buy a Tesla directly here in Kuwait, shut up and take my money, take my flipping money. You know what I mean? No questions asked. But fortunately, I can't do that right now. Gotta drive that gas car, Kuna Hyundai. That's what I drive here in Kuwait, and it's a good car. It's a good car, but it's it's not as nice as a Tesla, obviously. What else did he say? 46.8 batteries, lithium refining, so many things he said. But the stock, why ain't the stock is flat? Stock is flat, ain't moving. I think we have to wait for this to digest a little bit. Then we can see what can happen. Deliveries are coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna go live then as well. And then we got the earnings coming up. Literally 2 weeks after that. So it's gonna be interesting times coming up. But we got one big overhang out the way. And here's the thing, man. If the stock's gonna go down and we have such a positive news like this, like move to Tesla to Texas, and Elon gets his compensation, and the stock goes lower. Imagine what would have happened if it didn't pass. It would have, you know what I mean. So if it does go lower, if it is sell the news event, which I don't think it would be, I do think, this will digest and then stock will go higher, in the coming weeks. That I'm just gonna buy more shares. It's just simple as that. It's simple as that. But this was good. What do you guys think about this? Comment in your comments, whether you're on YouTube or X. And guys, smash that like button if you guys haven't already. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Subscribe, follow. It would mean the world to me. Right now it's what, 2 a.m. where I am here in Kuwait. So 2 flipping a.m. Wait, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? I'll be adding dips. Yep, me too, mister. Me too. We have here, Pejjy, now focus, shift on the next quarter. Yeah. Importantly, Cybertrucks are selling a good pace and will contribute to revenues. Yes, he did say that they sold a record of 1,300 in a week. And they did mention that they do produce 200 a day for Cybertrucks. So that they make, if that's the case, that's 1,400 production in a week and 1,300 deliveries in a week for Cybertruck, which is pretty nice if you ask me, which is a sheesh moment. So that's good. Did you check energy bar graph? More than double revenue compared to that. Oh yeah. You just cannot bet against energy. Energy is definitely gonna help. There we go. Love the stream, was so chill. Yeah, man, you gotta sit back, relax, see what it is. I'm not a fan of interrupting what they're saying every now and then. Only when I need to, and only when it gets boring, like you guys just witnessed with the 7 share proposals, which were just boring as hell. So yeah, appreciate that. Not any major breaking news, unfortunately. Well, there were some interesting news, as I mentioned earlier, but I think the breaking news would be on the Robotaxi Day. I think the Easter egg, the Easter egg for Robotaxi, that's coming soon. So that was pretty nice as well. Let's see. God, I lost you guys. Comments are coming like crazy. I am looking for a chance to buy SpaceX and Starlink. That's what he said. Yeah, I mean, when he wants to take it public, maybe in the next few years or so. Sometimes I wonder about market manipulation when Tesla stock doesn't move higher. Yeah, I mean, that part of it. What's your average stock? I think in the either high 100s now or at 200s, which is not bad. That was my first meeting. I am hooked. This is going to be such an exciting book. Yeah, exciting book. Indeed. Great job. Thank you, Jay Jones, and thank you for being here the entire time. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Much love. We should do more live streams where we can discuss with you about Tesla stock. Sure. I'll be down. I'll be down to do a live stream. He mentioned Tesla. He mentioned only Tesla stock owner. What do you mean by that, man? Okay. That was in his X feed. Okay, I'm not sure. I think your lives could go big. Hopefully, man. Let's go. There's probably a lot you could say, but can't yet. Oh yeah, definitely. He made this clear many times that he can't say what he can't. That he can't say the things that he can't say. So there we go. All right. If I'm not subscribed, I'll be. Come on, Jay. I mean, I think you already follow me on X. But make sure you subscribe on YouTube. It'll mean the world to me. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. It's 2 a.m. It's time to go to bed. You know what I mean? And I'll make a video next time. What is the court date? July 8th. All right, guys. Have a great day if you guys are in the North American hemisphere. If not, have a great night. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. And I love you all. Today was a good day. I love you all. Good night. Much love. I love you all.